Hello and welcome to the WR Bughouse Championship. We're here in Manila in the Philippines and the action is about to begin at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. 2 action-packed days with the participation of, amongst others, Hikaru Nakamura. So make sure to tune in to our live broadcast for all the action and also follow our social media channels.
Hello everyone and welcome to the second and final day of the Bughouse Championships here in Manila, the Philippines, at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. We are almost ready to start the first round of the knockout bracket. We got our final 8 teams yesterday after an incredible and super exciting, a little bit chaotic, 12-round Swiss with over 80 teams participating. We are down now to 8 teams and you can see them on the screen here. 1 versus 8. 2 versus 7 and so on from the final rankings from yesterday, which means our board 1 clash, Deep Waters, who almost picket fenced the field but lost to the last round, versus Team Indonesia, who won a mammoth 9 team playoff for that final spot. So 1 versus 8. We are going to try our best to follow this match, but we're going to Fiona first in the hall.
Here in Manila, the Philippines. I'm in the playing hall. As you can see behind me today, the setup is different because we are down to only 8 teams, and in fact teams are ready to begin. Some final details just taken care of.
Team shall alternate colors after the first game.
So
team scoring more game points of
let's just go and listen in to the arbiter.
Or else the match points. One, let's say you win the first game, then they win the second game, another game.
Okay, and that just first and two.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it looks like the players are ready. Some final questions being answered, last details being ironed out. We are seeing the top 8 finishers from yesterday, and I think we're gonna be here. Let's take a look at the trotters, and they are off. So back to you, David.
So there's really no time to waste in this tournament. It's been, as I like to joke, limited foreplay, all action. Let's go to the top clash. You can see it on the screen here. Team Deep Waters, they're on the top of your screen. Chewy and Jasugi, very well known from the Bughouse community, played together for many years. Versus Team Indonesia, who claim that they've only played just a handful of Bughouse games, but had a fantastic playoff victory, defeating Team WR, Nakamura and Madam Rodstein in the final round. Okay, let's get straight into the chess action. Now we'll see if we can get a little bit of audio for this match as well, because it's always great to hear Chewy and Jasugi give their thoughts out loud. So far it looks pretty evenly poised. You can see Chewy has already planted a knight in on g7, so he's starting to make inroads into the black camp on the left of screen. Work from Team Indonesia on board left there with the king sitting on g8, but that hole in g7 though is gaping, and that is going to really put a lot of pressure. This player from Team Indonesia, we spoke yesterday, Novendra Priasmoro, a grandmaster from Indonesia, and he's partnered with Dwi Citra, a woman grandmaster, both very famous on the chess nation. That's very close to my home of Australia. They are not experienced Bughouse players, very experienced in classical chess, but unfortunately that game all proved to be kind of decisive, and then following with a knight e7 check, it would force the capture, queen takes e7, and then Isaac Chu would finish off with knight takes e7 checkmate. Wow, that was fast and impressive. All right, let's see if we can get to match 2 and see what action's happening here. So we've got Team Emmy the Great. They're on the bottom of your screen. Awonder on the left, and Elia on the bottom right. On the top of screen, we have got Team FCPL QJTI. I still don't know what it stands for, with Grandmaster Darwin Lalo on the top left of screen from the Philippines, and on the right, the FIDE Master David Elorta. This one looks quite even. On the left of screen, you can see we are almost in an end game, which means that there are probably a lot of pieces in the possession of the players on the right of screen. So we've got a super cluttered board, as you can see, 3 bishops for white. There are no queens. There are no queens on the board, which means... Oh no, there's one black queen sitting on d8, my apologies, but the 3 other queens are in the possession of the players. My guess is that they are in the possession of the players on the right of screen. But both kings are very safe on the right. On the left, a lot of air. It's quite drafty for both of those kings, and the initiative's going to be key. Now, the Filipinos are stalling on both boards, which is typically a very bad sign, but here you can see they are discussing, they are thinking, they are hoping that it doesn't come down to a race, given the time situation. And we are off a flurry of exchanges happening on the right, a queen landing in on d1. Black is going for it here, and you can understand why, because with the king on d2 for Awonder on the left, his king is in a little bit of trouble, but he does have the initiative with a check. Knight to f6, check, forcing king to h8. Something's going to land very, very soon. Bishop to g7, king takes g7, knight takes e8. On the left of screen, you can see check, check, check. Awonder trying to keep the initiative going. He needs to keep checking. So long as he can keep checking, his king on d2 will not be in danger. On the right of screen, we've lost the location of the white king, which is going to make things tricky, but I believe that the game has finished. Oh, dear me. That was tough to keep track of. That was really, really tricky. Let's see if we can get confirmation of the result. It did look to me like Emmy the Great's team were on top, but I don't want to misreport the score without knowing for sure the results. Let's go to the third. On focus here, the black king looks very, very safe. The white king looks relatively safe as well. The real action seems to be on the other board, where the white king seems to be a little bit exposed on g2, and there is some sitting happening by the black player on the top of screen. Both of the players now under 1 minute. This looks an incredibly close match. From what we can glimpse from the top of the screen, oh, there is a knight that's fallen onto the board in the middle of the board. That's going to cause some consternation. Do we have audio, Lenny, from this board? No, we cannot hear what the players are saying, but they've restarted now. Let's see if we can get a wider shot if we can. That's great. On the board in front of us, queen to f7 check. That's going to cause checkmate. King goes to h8, and then it's going to be rook takes f8 check, or queen takes f8 check, forcing a checkmate in 2. So the player with the black pieces closest to us on the left of screen has to stall. It's all action on the top board. It's going to come down to a time scramble. Can we see the clock times? It looks like white's got plenty of time, but black is down to under 10 seconds. Pieces are not landing on the squares at all. Both players playing illegal moves from what I can tell. Game is finished. The game is finished. That was mad. You can see on the board, the top board in front of us there, the arbiter pointing out the pieces. None of the pieces are on the right squares. None of them. According to the rules, both players could have stopped the clock, but the problem with Bughouse is that stopping the clock leads to all sorts of problems, because if one board stops and the other one doesn't pause, the times get imbalanced.
Well, we're going to try and find out what happened here exactly. The pieces are all over the board. Can I get some very quick thoughts from you guys? What happened there in the end? I remember you guys celebrating from yesterday, and it looks like you won again, right?
What was the question, sorry?
What happened in the end of the game there?
We were like both running out of time. We were like trying to figure out what's happening. We were just trying to move whatever we can find, you know. But he was able to flag his opponent.
So you win game one. Can I ask you, yesterday we saw you be so excited at the end of your match. Did you have some time to calm down?
Yeah, I definitely. I- Sorry, I don't know anymore.
I will leave you to focus before the next game. Okay, we're just finding out when the next game will start. It will be in just a minute.
We'll start the next round.
Let's go and find some of the guys who won in the first round. Looks like we have 5 minutes. So we're gonna try and find Team Deepwater, see if we can get just a quick comment from them. Isaac, do you have 1 second? Do you mind?
yes.
You won the first game, right? Yesterday we didn't get a chance to talk because you guys had a perfect run up until the last round. And then what happened then?
Well, you have to make your full move before you press the clock, and after he promoted, he left the pawn on the end instead of putting the actual piece down, and they called that an illegal move, and there went our perfect run.
There went the perfect one. Were you not too disappointed that it didn't stay perfect?
We may have avoided one of the higher rated teams by doing that, so, you know, it's not all bad. Yeah.
And today,
At the moment, I was a little bit tilted when that happened.
I can imagine. And today, tell us what happened in the first match.
I think they hesitated a little bit too much, and they didn't get good positions either. So, yeah, it was pretty smooth for us.
Did you do any specific prep for your opponents?
No. We have our plan. We're just sticking to it regardless of the opposition, and it's been working great so far.
Are you going to reveal what that plan is, or at the end
Maybe
of the
at the
day? Well, thank you so much, and best of luck for the next one.
Thank you.
And now let's go and find Awonder. Awonder was in such a fantastic mood yesterday. Awonder, can I get a quick comment from you? Wait, let me come to your other side. How did that first game go today?
Yeah, it was pretty good. They were pretty strong, but we got up time a little bit early, and then we were able to convert that into the win. So it was pretty smooth, I'd say.
And you were telling me before we started that the format today is very quick, right? A two-game match. It feels almost like a bullet match.
Yeah, I think in Bughouse, like, the games can go by very quick, so you can lose in like 30 seconds. So it's almost like hyper bullet or bullet. So, you know, a little bit of luck will help, but yeah, it should be very fun, very exciting.
How did you? Well, actually, I'm gonna let you go because it looks like people are sitting down. We're ready for game 2. So
2 minutes will start.
well, I'm gonna shut up, I believe. We're gonna take a look as the players get ready, and then we'll throw it back to David in the studio.
Wow. Nice interviews. Just chaos. Same as yesterday. It is so difficult to keep track of the action here, so difficult to keep track of the results. We have results from 3 of the matches. We're still waiting for confirmation from the match that I know a lot of you really want to know the results of. Angry Birds versus Caspi Wins and ECAF. We will try to get that result for you as soon as we can. At the moment, that's not going to be one of the boards on the live DGTs. So we're going to focus on the other 3 results for now. Team Deepwater's beating Team Indonesia quite comfortably, actually the first to finish in the first of the matches. Emmy is the GOAT, winning against FCPLQ JTIA, Darwin Lalo's Filipino team. And in the match between 4 and 5, Mason 2 went down against Palaban. Palaban, of course, had that very controversial victory in the last round of the Swiss against ECAF, and Caspi had another controversial victory here. But it looks like we will be able to find, yes, so we have on screen, you can see we have got the revenge match, ECAF and Caspi Wins against the Angry Birds. This is the one I'm actually most interested to follow. We will try to find out the result of the first match for you, and hopefully I can give you an update as this game goes on. But for now, let's get straight into the action, because you can see on the right of screen already a pawn landing in on G2. White's kingside in trouble. White has had an opening disaster here on the right of screen. On the left, pieces flying everywhere, and it looks like Tangy with a pawn on G7 is slightly for preference. While some really good fighting back here by ECAF and Caspi Wins, particularly on the right of screen, to try to keep things together for the white pieces. I still prefer the birds at the moment. The birds are looking good. Richard on the bottom right of screen here, the Duck, as he's known on chess.com, with 3 knights. Yes, actually, no, it's not better than Mika. We have got some audio. Let's listen in.
We have very good position, just downtime. Sorry, try to fix.
But don't saturate, don't saturate.
Yeah,
It's not that good.
I have like
Yeah.
multiple ways to try to take. My position will do a little bit too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can always
No, clear birds, clear birds.
thought that fate.
Yeah, it's like, try to get rid of these minors. I'll probably get you stunned.
Way to go, so.
Okay. I'm permissive by the way, give me.
אם הוא מקבל צריח זה גרוע, ואתה זז עם המלך פשוט, נכון?
You tell me go.
אני יכול, כן, זו עמדה טובה.
אני חושב שאתה טוב עם שתי פרקים.
כן, זה ברור.
You tell me go, right?
כי תהיה לו הכתרה, כאילו, תהיה לו הכתרה מתישהו.
From a chess perspective, I would. Yeah.
We can see the board on the right of screen, incredibly cluttered at the moment. On the left of screen, Grandmaster Caspian in a little bit of trouble with the black pieces. That pawn on g7, a real thorn in the side, but there's no way through at the moment. Tangy will need probably a bishop to mate. If he gets a rook, he can slam it on g8 to try to bust open the king side. So a rook or a knight are going to be quite powerful pieces for white on the left.
I'm setting just fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine as long as he doesn't get this.
Yeah. This honestly like probably bigger than back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Because you're up along. You're gonna be up along and up. Well, you have the knights, it's good.
Yeah, it's quite useful.
Like once you're able to drop your knight, just
It's hard to know if the clock times are accurate. If they are in this situation, you'd imagine that Ikaf and Caspi wins at a huge disadvantage.
נראה שהכל בסדר פה.
Good for the birds.
מה? הכל בסדר, הכל בסדר.
It's better. Okay, okay, sure. Yeah.
Ian Mark with the white pieces on the top right of screen seems to be sitting for quite a long time.
This move's fine. Now it's like.
And I can understand he's got a lot of pressure in his position, particularly the sensitive f3 point, but this time disadvantage, this could be fatal.
I mean,
Maybe some minors.
you can basically go.
פרש, אתה יכול להחליט פרש?
Yeah.
כן, אוקיי, גם אם לא זה בסדר.
I'll just need that probably.
I'm getting.
Okay, the clock times have changed again. It's
Like,
hard
right
for us
around
to
my
know.
ball.
I'll try
Like,
to get
you
an
have motion?
update, but if those clock
Need it?
times are correct, it looks like in
I need
fact
like a.
Ian Mark, top right of screen, might be ahead on time, but his king is now under the hunt. You
Knight
can
is
see
really
here
good.
Richard saying with the black
I don't-
pieces on the
just do
bottom
it.
right has managed to get in
I can
behind
promote.
the pawn center with a big pawn on
you don't have-
e3.
Either way, I think. Good.
Do I get wrecked? Yeah.
Now Caspi is fighting back. He's got a pawn on h2. His king is
Oh,
still
so
alive,
one shot
amazingly
back.
on
Top
Like,
g8.
you're getting permission.
מלכה לא מפריע לי. רגע, what do you have?
I have bishop and
בלי פרש, בלי פרש. אתה יכול לשחק בלי פרש. כן, לא, בסדר.
Whatever you want, whatever you want.
בסדר. זה רק בלי פרש. שחק. אנחנו זמן טוב, זמן מסוים.
Okay, I've
רגע,
got news
סיט,
that the
לא,
birds
אל תשחק.
won the first
think I have.
match.
Okay, nice. Like he's like I'm permissive.
And that's going to be very
הוא
important.
הולך
in the
לתת
standings.
מלכה.
You don't have to.
Team of Israel
Like, has to
Caspi
sit
and
where-
Ian Mark have got to win. So on
Stop
top
it.
of screen, they've got to win to stay
יהיה לו
in
מת כנראה.
the knockout stage. And a lot of pressure is going to rest on the Grandmaster Caspi's shoulders here, top left of screen with the black pieces. He's managed to stay alive against Andrew Tang's attack. He's now got to launch his own attack, and he's got to do so quickly with less than a minute on the clock. Richard Zhang seems to be under huge time pressure. That's bottom right of screen. There are chances here for Hikaru and Caspi.
I have 3 minutes.
تمام مش فاكر فين
Queen h7, king h7, bishop g8.
So Andrew Tang is looking at the sacrifice here. Queen takes h7 check, trying to keep the checks open.
h7, queen h8.
Now Tangi's got a bishop in hand from what we can tell. So after queen takes pawn, he'll have one more check.
Bishop g6.
No, it's
h6. I have made
Will
for
he
sure.
have enough?
You're sure? Okay. Queen is fine though, so you can.
عشان مستلع عشان بس
There's one other option. Okay.
Let's do one move at a time, because queen is fine.
Well, here he goes. He's gone for it. Queen takes h7 check. King takes h7.
So
Slams the
h7,
bishop in.
takes, yes, h7.
On g8. King goes back to take on g8. Now pawn to h7 check. King takes h7. He's given
you
up
block
3
me,
pieces with checks. What's he got left?
Yeah, that's fine. Queen h6. 93.
Queen h8 check. King goes to g6. Queen h6. King goes into f5. 93. King goes to e4. And there it is. Queen f4. Checkmate. That was about an 8-move checkmating sequence by Andrew Tang.
That was good.
Incredible
Like, good
calculation. Sacrificing one king and then going check, 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 check all the way
Good game,
through
guys.
and
Good game.
mating the king in the middle of the board on e4. What a combination. Let's flip to Fiona now for an interview.
1 second. And I'm here with the Angry Birds, who got off to a great start this morning, a 2-0 victory in the match. Talk us through what were your thoughts on this 2-game match?
Yeah, so we prepared really well against these opponents because yesterday we played pretty bad, so we got a tough seeding. But I think today we kind of played all right, and yeah, I think we executed our strategy perfectly. And yeah, we got the position we wanted to.
We talked about it yesterday, about how, especially that incident where you appealed and then in the end it was quite close. Were you able to shrug off the disappointment and just take a new fresh start today?
Yeah, I think we were happy. We made day 2. That's really mattered at the end of the day, and we know if we're playing well, we can beat any of the teams. And yeah, I think we prepared well. Slept well.
Maybe that's the main thing after such a long day like we had yesterday, and play was long, but you guys had been playing, warming up all morning. You said you prepped well. What does that look like?
So we kind of knew what they would play in the openings, so we kind of coordinated our 2 openings to do well against theirs. So we got good positions, and then we just outplayed them.
I talked to Awonder earlier. He said in this format today, where it's just 2-game matches, very short, luck is going to be a factor. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more random than usual. But yeah, I think that helped even more with our good prep today. They didn't really have much time to adjust. Everything just went perfectly.
So fantastic start. And who's next? Do you know who you're playing in the semis?
Yeah, we're playing Awonder and Alia. So it's going to be a tough match, but I think we have good chances.
You guys, I believe, are good friends. We've seen you warm up together a lot. I believe we even spotted you at dinner walking by last night. Would you have preferred to play someone else rather than your friend?
Yeah, I think it would have been nice to meet, all of the guys in later rounds, but yeah, it is what it is, yeah.
With the prize fund, we're now only two match wins away from the 50 grand first prize. Does that increase the pressure for you guys, or do you try not to think about that?
Obviously, it's a lot of money, but I think the best we can do is just to not let it affect our strategy. And I think if we keep playing how we did today, it'll be much better.
And well, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. I'll let you go regroup. Best of luck in the semis, as we have one playoff happening here behind me. So we're gonna go and check in with that.
So let's see if we can follow the action here by the revenge match that we've got between Team Paladin versus Maiden 2. Paladin winning the first one here. Paladin on the left of screen, Maiden 2 on the right of screen. So the players on the right of screen need to win this match to stay in the competition. It looks for white on our bottom board that king on f2 is a little bit exposed. But on the other hand, the black king isn't entirely safe. You can see that big hole on the f6 square. All the pawns for black there on the white square, so those dark squares could be weak. A lot of communication here between the two Filipinos. They're playing against, I believe, an American and Canadian team. Let's see if we can get some visuals of the far board, the second board. Now this team, Paladin, have been incredibly vocal both during the games and after the games. They are loving their chess here, loving their time in this tournament. Here they go. They've had their discussions. They've decided to go for it. A knight was passed across, which landed on the h3 square. King goes to e2, and then knight to f6. You can see shoring up those dark squares I mentioned before for black. So a fantastic defensive move. Bishop goes into h6, and now bishop a6 check. Pawn to d3. The white king is actually relatively safe in that position. It all really depends on the board above us. We'll try to get some insights there. It looks like actually both the kings are, I would say, equally unsafe, but black has the initiative. On the top board, a bishop check, pawn takes e4, trying to get through on the light squares. So that's going to be the way to try to attack here for black. Time situation. Both players seem to have a lot more time than the other boards. Maybe they started late here. There seems to be plenty of time to play. Pieces are running out on the bottom board. White down to just 2 queens, which is not a bad thing to say, just 2 queens. But once those queens disappear, the white king will only really have pawns to defend. So black has an opportunity to swap queens here. Black is just pausing to make sure that a queen swap is good for his partner. He wants to make sure that a queen's not going to hurt him. And if we can look at the top board just briefly, there's a big hole for white on the d3 square. If black gets a queen and it's black's turn to move and that queen lands on d3, there's going to be huge problems. So white is going for the initiative with rook at f8 check in the top, which means if black takes that rook, and black must take that rook, white will have a chance to take back, promote, and take away one of the white queens on the bottom board. So this is a really tricky situation for team Maiden 2 on the right now. Of course, that rook on top of screen, which we just is out of shot at the moment, that rook needs to be taken, but as soon as the promotion happens, that will give Team Paladin, who are on camera at the moment, the chance on the leftmost board to take off a queen. The players now, very vocal, some disagreement about the promotion rules, that would be my guess. Arbiter's going to come over. Team Paladin, this is the 3rd dispute that they've been in since we've managed to catch them on camera, so I'm in a way not surprised.
On a second, you only knocked over the piece one time. We got it counted against us.
Let's see if the arbiters are coming over now. Here we go, here's the chief arbiter on screen.
It's legal.
Okay. It's okay. Okay.
Whose turn? Wait. It's your turn. Simultaneously press the clock. Okay? No. Okay, go.
Okay, we've restarted. Nope.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, we are off again. We're in a small holding pattern at the moment, and that's because black's move is forced on the topmost board. He really does have to take that rook. He's got 2 pieces he can take it with, but it needs to be taken. As soon as that happens, the promotion's going to happen on the board in front of us there on the bottom. As soon as the promotion happens, what that means is that one of the 2 white queens is going to be taken off the board, and black is going to have a chance to attack. So that's on the leftmost board. So right now, the team on the bottom of screen, Maiden 2, are discussing what is the defensive strategy going to be on the left board when their opponents get to take one of the white queens away. There's no option. You've got to take the rook. But this is a chance to calculate while the clocks are ticking down simultaneously. So on bottom right of screen, black's clock is ticking. Top left of screen, black's clock is ticking. So in a way, the ticking of the clocks is evening out the contest from a time perspective. That gives them a chance, an amazing sort of lull, the eye of the storm, where they've got a chance to discuss without it really costing them net time on the clock. But they also don't know which of the two white queens their opponents are going to choose to take off with the promotions. They need to calculate both possibilities. As soon as the promotion happens, Team Paladin can take either queen. Here we go. It's about to happen. All right, and we are off again. This is not the first or the last time I imagine that the promotion rule is going to cause problems. I still really haven't worked out how the rules work, and neither of the players. But let's get a wide shot of the board so we can see exactly what just transpired. Indeed, one of the white queens has left the board, and as I mentioned before, that has ripped open the defenses for the white king. Really difficult situation here. The white king is in huge trouble. Bishop takes d2. Amazing. The touch move rule, of course, does not apply in this tournament. Not entirely sure why, but that bishop takes d2 has kind of saved the day for white. White is starting to rebuild the defense around the king on the bottom left with queen at c1, pawn at b2. The king is looking much safer, and if that white king can be secured, there's a chance to go on a counter-attack here. Meanwhile, on the top board, both kings are super exposed. White on the top board actually has the initiative at the moment. He's trying to keep checking with rook at e7, king back to d8. He needs another check. Rook takes f7 is not a check, and now knight at b4 check on the top board. Black's got a chance now to rip open the defenses. I imagine we'll see knight takes b4 check on the top board. There are two black queens sitting on the bottom board. There is a chance for white to put a second white queen, but now white has a chance to go for an attack on the top board. There are two knights now in the position. Bishop at b2 looks like a strong move for black here on the top board. Instead, he goes knight at d, oh no, he's moved knight back to d5. King has moved to d2. Now I imagine we will see another check. No, he's put a bishop on d7. He's allowing white to go for a check now. And pawn at c3, king takes c3, knight at d4, king back to d2. On the bottom board, the white king's defenses are slowly being chipped away, but he's still holding on desperately. The black king is not entirely safe either. Time ticking down, less than 20 seconds on the top right of screen, which means I imagine that black on the top left of screen probably also has around 20 seconds. Oh, stop the clock, stop the clocks. That piece is on the wrong square.
He knocked the piece over and put it on the wrong square. It was here. Alright? He misplaced it. He knocked the piece over. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, it's okay. He put it on the wrong square and my time is running. These guys.
Guys, can I swoop in here? I'm not sure what just happened. That was a very nervy, crazy quarterfinals. First of all, congratulations for making it through to the semis. We didn't get a chance to chat yesterday at all. So here we are as you're into the semifinals. First of all, talk me through what happened. Your match was the only one that went into decider. What happened there? What just happened?
Initially here when we were both sitting, everybody thought that there was a mate on my partner's board.
I thought there was a mate on my board.
But when I analyzed it further, I realized he could not. He cannot do a special promotion and also take another horizontal piece.
A rook.
Rook or a queen.
A rook mated me. Right, so he took a bishop.
Because you were talking about, I was just going to do what they did, right? And let the clock not resign, let the clock run out.
Because they did, in the second game, they were going to let the clock run out anyway. So I was like, well, they have no respect for us. We're not going to have respect for them. I was going to resign, but they didn't do it in the second game. So,
I thought it was over, in fact.
I thought it was over. Yeah, so, but he couldn't take a horizontal piece because he put it here, right? So you just gave him the bishop. Oh, so I hallucinated that. So that was good on you. But let me explain. Okay, hold on. In the first round, I had mate on 2. It was even time, and somehow his clock was still running, so we ended up down 10 seconds. And then he was able to chess him on the second board. But the first game should have been our win because I had mate in 2, and someone got it on a technicality. And by the way, in the last round, in the last tournament, they also called technicality, and he ended up down 40 seconds. Okay, so these guys have like a track record of it. I'm a little upset.
I can tell, but it's all good now. You guys are through to the semifinals, where you'll be taking on, I believe, Deep Waters, who are kind of the dominant team.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, we got lucky. We played in the last round, in the last round.
So it was you with the illegal promotion, right?
Yeah, we won that, but we were gonna lose that. It wasn't fair. They were the better team, and I have respect for them, for those guys.
So what, we don't know, I'm actually going to talk to the chief arbiter in a second to see how long the break is. What's the strategy now going into the semi-finals? Just try and relax a little bit, take a breather?
Yeah, so for this tournament I've turned very religious, and I've decided to make a prayer to God. That's our strategy.
And maybe just maybe just because we didn't get a chance to chat yesterday, I think a lot of our viewers will not even know you guys are Made in Two, right? That's the team name.
We're Made in Two.
And
That's
can you
right.
just very quickly introduce yourselves to the audience who might not know who you guys are?
Oh, so, well, I'm going to tell the truth. So I've been joking the entire tournament that this guy doesn't have a FIDE ID, which is true.
Seriously?
So I've been joking to everybody, this guy's never played chess in his life, which is almost true. But actually, the truth is that he just plays Bughouse a lot and he doesn't play chess. That's all.
And you traveled from the US to come and play here, is that correct?
Actually, I was already in Asia. Yeah,
So-
we were both in Asia, so we got a little bit lucky in a way, but also not so lucky because a lot of the players here are still on American time, which is I think in the evening right now. So it might be better in a certain way for them than it is for us.
Anyway, guys, congratulations once again. That was a crazy, crazy match. I'll let you go rest up and do a little, say a little prayer, and we'll catch you again later. And I'm gonna see if I can find the chief arbiter, or any arbiter really, so that we find out. Oh, it turns out the arbiters are having a meeting right behind us. Excuse me, can I just ask when the semi-final will start?
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. Okay, so thank you so much. Only 5 minutes to go until the semi-finals,
5 minutes will start your games.
and we can see the tree there on the screen. So Deep Waters, who were the dominant team of yesterday's qualifier, they are going to be taking on Made in Two, who we just talked to.
Player A of Made in Two. Player A of Deep Waters will play as white for the first game. And player A of Made in Two will play in black. For the ME is a gold, player A of ME is a gold will play as white in the first game. And player A of the Angry Birds will play as black in their first game. Thank you.
So we just found out the colors there for the semi-finals. As you can see behind me, the teams are already sitting down. We will see a clash
The
here
losers for this
between Emmy and the Angry Birds, while Deep Waters is taking on Made in Two over on this side. So the action today, it is coming fast. It is furious. We saw some nervy games, a lot of illegal moves, a lot of claims, irregularities. Today, really, you can feel the tension rising, and we're now only 2 matches away from finding out who the winner is going to be of this WR Bughouse Championship. Here they are, Team Deep Waters, in deep concentration as they await their opponents. And then that is going to be it. 2 more games. So far, we see 3 teams here, Deep Waters, and over there, Emmy and the Angry Birds. All of them won their first matches 2-0. They have been very dominant today so far. And we're just waiting now for Made in Two, who we just talked to. So they are just going to take a quick breather. And maybe while we wait, we can go and talk to a few of the fans here to find out what they think. And also, I see Team Indonesia is actually sitting right here. Unfortunately, we lost them in the quarterfinals. But Debbie, if I can quickly talk to you, unfortunately, that was the end of the road in the quarterfinals. But again, yesterday was really such an incredible day for you guys. And can you tell me a little bit about what the experience was like of playing here in Manila?
Maybe I need my coach help
Sure,
to
of course.
translate.
Let's get the coach in. Hello, nice to meet you. So you're the coach.
Actually, I'm her husband. Yeah.
So what was it like seeing your wife play here and the entire time in Manila?
It was unexpected. We are so proud.
Yes.
And actually, she couldn't sleep last night because still couldn't believe.
Was it a special feeling in the end to win against Hikaru Nakamura's team?
Actually, we came here just to see Hikaru. Actually, yeah, because He's one
Our
of our
idol.
idol.
And then it must have. What were your feelings when the match started? You know, to be playing against his team for a place in the knockout stages.
Yeah, of course we were very happy and we didn't expect to win against him, but I think we just lucky.
And I've actually traveled in Indonesia quite a lot, so I know that there are a lot of chess fans in your beautiful country. Could you feel the support from home? Were there a lot of people watching your games?
Yes, of course.
Many Indonesian chess fans texted us after we are playing Hikaru. And by the way, you have a lot of big fans too from Indonesia.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave you guys because right behind me now. Thank you so much and congratulations again on a fantastic run. And we are getting ready now, so back to you, David.
As well. Just unlucky losing that final match, but you've had a fantastic tournament. We're not going to short talk about your tournament. We're going to go straight into the action. We've got the cameras on the left. We've got the broadcast on the left here.
Okay, so let's focus on the left board. Angry Birds against Mr. Goat.
We've got Awonder on the left board with the white pieces, and we've got Tang with the black pieces.
So Awonder has a great position. He has the pawn on g7. He have some mating ideas and some promotion tricks ideas. They are also up 4 seconds. His partner, the Goat, is under a serious attack, but I'm pretty sure Awonder should find some mating ideas. He has a mate with a knight, but it's...
Yeah, knight at d6 check if he's
yes,
got one.
Exactly.
But it's hard to know if he's got that piece in hand. I guess not.
Now they took it, but it's not mate now.
Rook d8 check if he can get a rook.
Yes, heavy mates. His partner still has a bad position, but it seems they are time up. Now if he goes knight d6, takes knight d6, and king goes out to d7, or when he found the mate, and now he found a nice smothered mate idea.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
That was intense. What a mate. Man, you picked that early. You saw straight away. It's nice having an actual expert in here next to me.
Thanks. If I would be an expert, I wouldn't be sitting here. I would be playing that.
Come on. Okay, so let's see if we can get some action on the other match that's going on here. Yeah, we've got Deep Waters on top of screen, and it seems like we have a dispute. I'm not sure if we can grab
and the clocks.
Just one call. Yeah.
Clocks are
Players start 9. Okay.
Yeah, the clocks. Let's not trust the clocks.
Okay. Don't. So. We need to see the
pieces.
I'm sure.
He could win a queen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Wait, so
he can't drop mate on 1, right? So
yeah, you can.
But mate doesn't miss. Yeah,
okay. Cut the audio from the board so we can get more of your commentary in here.
So the upper board, like the one playing
on top, Deep Waters.
On top is Deep Waters. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So I think they have a good position, but it's so complicated to understand what's going on without seeing the pieces and
what
the
about
time situation.
Chewy's king, particularly, so that's top left of screen, the
on
black
G8,
position.
yes.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
knight
like
F5 is holding things together.
Exactly. So that's one of the classical Bughouse themes, like in chess. So like after black castles, white goes pawn at h6, and then after g takes h6, bishop h6, knight at f5 defends the g7 square, which is crucial.
And I guess the e7 square if it gets too
Exactly. So that's like we would call it an automatic move.
Right.
You just all the positions bishop h6. You like white plays pawn h6. You take, he takes. You go knight f5 immediately.
And this pattern recognition comes so automatic when you play, I guess, literally thousands of hours.
Yeah. And the point is that when you play Bughouse at a high level, you must go really fast because downtime it will just get chessed. Like the opponent team can just sit for pieces or for no pieces and usually get a win that way. So this is why Bughouse is even more intense, let's say, than bullet chess because they have to play so quickly.
And what about Janek's position, top right of screen? The white king on e1 seems a little bit suspicious to me.
Yes, and bishop on h5 defends it right now, but it's hanging, and white has some promotion tricks, promotion ideas with rook at f8 maybe.
Right, so if white gets a rook, slamming in an f8, try to rip open the king. We know that promotion can be super powerful in this format of the game, perhaps even more powerful than regular Bughouse, being able to take a piece across.
Yeah, so for example, let's say black on the left board has a bishop on a8, so white can promote on the other board and remove the knight on f3, and then queen g2 is suddenly a checkmate.
That's right. That's amazing.
Which is insane. Like Bughouse is insane comparing to regular chess, and with promote version, it's even more more fun and more crazy ideas.
Do you think you actually prefer this version?
At first, I didn't like it at all. I thought, like, what are these rules? But after I played some games, I thought actually it brings even more complexity to the game. It's
particularly in over-the-board chess.
So over the board, it's just very tricky. It took us a lot of time to understand how to do it quickly and how to do it. What are the rules for it? Because it's new, but strategically it adds a lot of interest to the game. Like, I would be happy if chess.com would add this version, for example.
That's really interesting to hear. But let's flip back to the action, particularly top right, because I haven't seen Yannick under this sort of pressure in any of the rounds.
Yeah. I don't see the clock set, but yeah, he's under attack. He's open, and Gus McLean is a very old school Bughouse player. He's a very decent attacker, and he has some chances, very good chances. I think Chewy is sitting to help to protect his partner, but it's because of the clock situation. It's a bit difficult now. But yeah, Yannick is under very big attack. He might be dead. We don't see the pieces already, but knight takes d4 looks
very strong.
Very strong, and then king d1, and then pawn at c2, king e1,
knight d3, mate.
Yeah, knight d3, mate. Correct. So king e1 first. Okay. They resigned, or
no? It's still going.
It's
just
still
we
going.
had a quick glitch, but it does look like.
So king e1 first is maybe the correct defense.
And then knight d3.
Knight d3, king d1, and you
takes some pawns.
Knight takes f2.
Oh, pawn c2 though. But
yeah, pawn c2 is mate.
Pawn c2 is mate.
Yannick is very tilted.
On the right of board. If that pawn goes to c2, and next move knight d3, no matter what.
So if they win, it's a huge upset. I think Yannick and Chewy are like 12-10 and Chewy are probably the best team here, and maybe even the best two players in the world, or at least top three. I'm not familiar with top Bughouse players.
This is massive.
This is insane. It's like.
So what's going on? Because on the board, on screen on the top right,
like if you compare it to chess, it's like Magnus would lose to, let's say, to an strong AM. Let's say.
Us.
yes, exactly. So it can happen, of course.
Yeah.
But it's.
Well, it hasn't happened to us yet. So.
Yeah.
This is incredible. It's hard to know what's really happening. The players, there's little chuckles going on, a couple of smiles, but to be honest, I don't feel like Yannick is particularly very happy.
Yeah, I think he's mad at himself because when he plays at his best, I played with him some in the tournament and we played some training game. He's a beast, man. His partner is also super strong, and they're also very coordinated. But yeah, he's just.
Pawn at c2, king e1, knight d3, as we spoke about, as we predicted.
Okay, you had good attacking instincts. It's,
Thanks. It's a lot easier to come up with these things when you're sitting here watching, and you don't have the pressure that you had to face for the last, yesterday and also this morning.
Yeah, yesterday was intense, but honestly one of the better days of my life. Like this experience. So it's because when you play a regular chess tournament, it's nice, but I played so many of them, and it's not. So unique. It's not the same adrenaline rush. It's
and as I mentioned off stream, having you here in particular, your partner, and the other top Bughouse players from the online community, from the Discord chat, it adds a lot of credibility to this event.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a huge upset. To be honest, I didn't think that Deep Waters were going to have any problems going through in the semi-final. So you can see your partner just sort of sneaking a look in as well. Yeah, I mean, he's disappointed, as you are, obviously, from going out in that first match. But, I mean, it's great that you made it through the knockout stage. I'm sure that was your expectation.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sounds like this may not be the last of these events as well. We're hoping.
Yeah, I'm still considering, but definitely a very, very interesting direction to have more Bughouse events, because it's super nice for us, of course.
So just to recap the results there, we've got Made in 2 with Alex Guer and Jimmy Lee winning against Deep Waters, the favourites, Chewy and Yannick, which is still a little bit unbelievable for us to...
So they actually beat them yesterday, I think, in the last round, but...
through an illegal move, yeah.
Yeah, but Chewy and Yannick, they were completely winning, and also they were first place regardless.
It switched off.
They switched, and they were like up 20 seconds and winning, and he just made an illegal promotion. He didn't do it exactly the correct way.
Okay, and there's no warnings in this event, one illegal move.
Yeah, which I guess it makes sense, but like when we play casual Bughouse, we are a bit more friendly, let's say, like because we never had tournaments for such big prizes, and like it's so odd. Like I try to compare it to a chess tournament, so like I know some of these guys, like Yannick, I play against him maybe 15 years ago, and like I'm a very, very strong player, but I look up to him. Like for me, he's like one of the best players in the game. And I never met him. We spoke online maybe a little bit, and I play with him. And suddenly I meet him over the board, and we play a big tournament. And I also chat with him because we are all friends now. Because we play some training game for fun, but we also play the competitive game. So it's like a very weird, very, very weird experience.
Kind of surreal in a way.
It's like
meeting them in person.
Yeah, like if let's say if like imagine you're a top 50 chess player in the world and you play all the top guys, Magnus, Hikaru, Alireza, but you never meet them in real life. And after 10 years, suddenly you just get an invitation to Tata Steel, and you just meet all of them, and you hang out all the time and meet, and like what's your real name and what you do in life and how are you, and then you also speak strategy and about the game, and you also play a very competitive game. So it's such a unique experience.
Yeah, and then I would wake up probably. But you're here in the flesh. Man, it's really great to hear those stories, and I'm hopefully this is not going to be the last time that you play for these prize money against your heroes and colleagues. Yeah. And even though you say you look up for them, the way that you and your partner have played this tournament, and also how gracious you've been in both victory. I saw when you beat a few of the younger local teams, the way that you spoke to them, gave them some encouragement, but also in defeat, in sometimes controversial circumstances. That has not gone unnoticed by the viewers, I should point out. So
thank you. I try to be. It's what my father taught me when I grew up as a kid. That you strive to play your best game and to win, but you also be like with a sportsman-like and with an etiquette, because in the end of the day, we all want to enjoy, and I just want to play my best game. So I'm just mad at myself that I didn't do the best, that I took some risks.
Well, the fact that you're willing to come here and chat even after that defeat, we really appreciate it. And I have had to try the best of my ability to talk about Bughouse for the last day. But just before we start the rematch, I wanted to ask you about opening theory, because I don't have any expertise to speak about.
Can I move some pieces? Or it's
unfortunately not, but I can put some arrows on the board potentially if we get a board up.
If you get
so the left of screen is the stream at the moment, so we've got viewage of the playing hall. We might try to stay there at the moment, and we'll just talk in general terms. So I've noticed that there's been a bit of variance, not just E4 openings. We see a lot of that in Crazy House. We've seen a lot of almost randomness, a bit of D4 as well. Do you think, particularly with this no drop mate sort of rule, are there stronger openings? Are you using a repertoire? Were you randomizing?
So yeah, I have my old repertoire. It's not adjusted to the drop mate and to the promotion rule. So the thing is, again, because you have to play so fast, opening theory is actually more important in Bughouse than in real chess, because you have to play faster than bullet. So let's say we play a chess game and I surprise you in the opening. You can think for half an hour. You will find the correct move. You will make a draw. And okay, I see they start soon. So let's go back to the game.
All right. So left of screen, we have the match between Chewy on the bottom left, and I believe that he's playing against, is that Alex Guo on the top left?
Yeah. So Chewy is playing a very interesting line. He's playing the Scotch.
I play this in classical chess.
Yeah, so in classical chess, it's okay, of course. In Bughouse, it's not considered a good opening, but maybe he wanted some strategy, some trades for his partner. He played knight h5, which is a very typical move in Bughouse, especially when it attacks the...
What's happening on the right board?
So
knight at e4?
Yeah, so I think there maybe Yannick sacked on f2, and then he gave check, and I didn't look, but he has some initiative. Maybe if he lost a piece or two, it's a bit bad. And if the clock situation are right, Yannick team, Chewy, they are down 10 seconds, which is very bad.
It's very hard for us to be sure about the clocks. They sort of change from time to time. As the match goes on, potentially we can get a wide camera shot and try to visualize the clocks directly. It looks here, actually, is Chewy under... I thought he was under pressure.
Under some pressure. So after bishop e3, he couldn't take the bishop back because knight at g4 is a very, very common Bughouse. And now his position, okay, the queen trade is coming.
Knight at e3 now?
King goes to e2, and knight takes g2 maybe, and then the queen is defended, just playing some regular chess moves. So when you play Bughouse, it's very easy to try to think like always mate, always drop pieces, but you also have to play regular chess moves. So some GMs, for example, when they play Bughouse, somehow they just hang pieces that they wouldn't do in a regular blitz game because the game is so different and tense. Wow, Chewy is in very, very big trouble.
That's 2 knights in, and now bishop at e3. There we go, king d1.
So knight f2 is mate drop.
But he can't drop it.
He can't do it, so maybe it's like pawn at d2 or knight at g4 looks, if you have two knights, knight g4.
Yeah.
And bishop g4 is an okay move. Again, we don't know the time situation. Yannick.
On the right of screen, Yannick's in
wow,
trouble.
Wow, he's getting output. Oh my God.
H7, G7, there's 2 promotions about to happen.
That's very, very bad for his team. And also, pawn H7 will be like a windmill type of... he will take everything.
Promotion.
Yeah, and he just take all the rooks. And
oh my God,
wow,
I
think they might just lose. This is, wow. If it happens
Rook
like
at D2?
Yeah, this is very
all
strong. Another rook.
Checks?
He just needs to find a mate. So pawn at D2 is very important. Bishop takes, king B1. And
Take
he
on C3 maybe?
Yeah, he doesn't have a mate, but he has so many
Take on
pieces.
C3,
yeah. He's playing
Knight goes to A3 check if he takes back on C3.
So watch and learn. I think choose one. He's playing very, very strong, very impressive game. And his partner is also safe. They should win this game, honestly. This is amazing. This is... I cannot stress enough how big of an upset it is. Just win clean 2-0 against one, if not the best team in the world.
Well, the great thing about Bughouse is, of course, it's never over, but it looks over
it looks
on the
over.
left of screen.
Okay,
Chewy is in huge
over
trouble.
Yeah, knight E2, and wow, it's so close to knight E2. Okay, pawn E2, knight E3. Yeah, he found mate. He found mate. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my God. And it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I think probably the pressure was a bit too much for them.
I can't believe what we just saw.
Wow, this is...
That was a demolition.
I can't stress it enough how impressive it was when I played against Yannick and Chewy yesterday and the days before.
Let's go to... I'll quickly just jump to... match 2 is finished. I don't have the board up for that. We'll try to see if we can get the results as quickly as we can. So that is a victory for mate in 2 against Deep Waters.
Wow. And
2-0.
So we'll have another game. I see the Birds equalized 1-1.
Birds equalized 1-1, did they?
Okay. So if you can set up a lichess board for me, I can show some things. Or if you prefer, we can try to go there and do it on an actual board.
What we can do only with these boards is I can show some arrows, unfortunately.
Okay, no, arrows are also good. So,
if you I'll just let's see if we can. It's been disabled. Not to worry. Okay, we're going to have to use our language, our words.
Yeah.
Try best.
So, for like the very common theory in Bughouse is like how chess players play when they're starting out, like e4, e5, getting all the knights out, and then playing bishop c4, bishop c5, d3, d6, castle, bishop g5, bishop g4. And
just
in
like kids school, Italian game.
So this is actually one of the main theory line in Bughouse. And in regular chess, knight d5 is just much better for white. But in Bughouse, we can take back knight takes d5, sacking the queen. So
bishop
this
takes d8
and
knight f4.
Knight f4.
Yeah.
And this actually, Niels Grandelius taught me this. I played against him a game.
Niels Grandelius, the Swedish grandmaster.
Yeah, he's a very proficient Bughouse player.
I know.
I played against him in 2010 maybe in Reykjavik, and we played some friendly Bughouse game. And I played this, and he just crushed me. And then he told me, yeah, it's known theory. Everybody knows this. I said, oh, wow, there's theory in Bughouse. So I wasn't...
so that was eye-opening. Yeah, because in Bughouse, giving up the queen for knight and bishop is quite an even trade. Actually, can be
so if you visualize the position, after knight f4, black gave a queen for a knight, but he's threatening pawn e2. And another very strong threat is knight at e2, king h1, bishop takes f3. G takes f3 and bishop h3, threatening pawn g2, unstoppable mate.
Ripping open the position. Let's get to the game.
Let's get to the game.
I hope that they are playing on match 2, but it's hard for us to tell. We're going to switch to Fiona to hear what she's got to say from the play.
So here we are in the playing hall. One finalist is decided already, and I see half a team behind me. The team is being completed right now. Deep Waters, you got revenge over mate in 2 for what happened in the last round yesterday. Did that feel good?
I mean, yeah, they're our friends as well, but yeah, it was a good match. I thought we played pretty clean, got everything under control. But yeah, otherwise we're happy with the performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we get the best seat in the house for this one.
Are you looking forward to seeing the decider between Emmy and the Birds?
For sure, it's complete toss-up. Either way, yeah. I mean, it's so tense, so I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. And both teams are super strong. Andrew and Awonder, very good chess players as well.
Is there a team, one of them, that you'd rather face in the final?
Ooh, do you have an answer for that one?
I don't know. I feel like at this point, every team is strong. Yeah. It's kind of scary playing anyone, so I don't know. I just want to play my best.
Yes.
I'll be happy with that.
Yep.
What did we already talk to Isaac a little bit earlier? How are you feeling today after yesterday? Really a long day, an exciting and quite draining day.
For sure. I mean, to be honest, yesterday was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun the whole time. I mean, we were just running on pure adrenaline. We're both extremely jet lagged, so we've been. As soon as we got home, I just like completely crashed.
I couldn't believe how alert I was during the games, and then how tired I was after it was all over. Yeah, and I didn't even sleep that much tonight either. So, yeah.
And how are you feeling now? We're just one match away from that big final.
This is where we want to be, but yeah, we'll see. We hope just to play our best, have fun. And
We've played against both these teams.
We played like hundreds of games against these guys, if not thousands.
So we just need to play our best.
Just play our best. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
You guys have been playing Bughouse for so long, but this next match you're gonna play is worth 50K. What is that like?
Yeah, this is definitely the highest stake game we've ever played. So yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I don't know.
What to say? Yeah, 50,000 is a lot of money. Yeah, just hoping for a good
I don't
match.
think we play that different when we're stressed. I think it actually helps us dial in a little bit more.
Do you just manage to put that out of your mind, like the prize fund, and you just focus on your game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we're trying to play the best moves, and then what happens happens. I mean, it's
we'll always be at least I'll always be thinking about that.
Yeah, it's like I feel like Bughouse, unlike chess, maybe a bit, the variance is so high, so anything can happen at any point in game. So just have to hope we play a good game, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm going to let you go take as you said, the best seats in the house as the decider is about to start. Best of luck for the final in a second. And of course, all eyes now on Emmy is the GOAT against Angry Birds, where the second finalist is going to be decided right now. The tiebreaker starts. Back to studio.
Okay, well.
All right, we are on. We're going to have some audio of the players. So let's get some opening insights from you, and then we'll try to listen to the audio of the players after that.
Okay, so Awonder, he played e4, and Andrew Tang, Penguin Jam, he played d5, he takes d5, e6, which is one of the main line. Black gives a pawn, but gets some initiative back.
It seems to have gone reasonably well for Awonder. He's got a pawn in on e6.
Yeah. His king is safe, and he has some initiative, some promotion threats.
On the right of screen, Ilya's king on g8. Now on f7. We've just lost the king position for a moment, but I think the king's on f7.
I think Ilya is under some very strong attack. He's almost dead. I'm not sure if the e-pile is pin
look
or
at
no.
g7, king e6. He needs a knight c5. The king's got to go to f5.
Wow. Okay, g4 mate, g4 h4 mate.
It's over.
Yes. But they are down 10 seconds.
He didn't play g4 for some reason, but it's still mate, yeah? Mate on g4.
No, now it's not mate. Now he needs to find the mate. Because the bishop on c8. Oh, queen h5, he found mate on board. Wow, so they win. Wow, so...
That's insane. How fast was that? An absolute demolition by Richard the Duck.
Yeah, so this is also a slight surprise, but the Duck and the Angry Birds team are very strong, but like coming to the tournament, I thought that Awonder and Ilya are the favorites.
And we're back in the playing hall. That went so quickly. First of all, Andrew, Richard, congratulations. You are through to the final. I barely had time. I just took a look and it was mate on the board. What happened there?
I think my partner carried,
Yeah, I had a good opening, and obviously my partner got me the queen early, so I was able to put a lot of pressure on him. And at some point, I just took his queen, and then he didn't have nothing to defend, so got a mate.
And I'm just gonna wait 1 second. So the arbiter was just saying there will be a 15-minute break now, so we have a little bit of time to catch our breath. Just stick with me 1 second.
Between mate 2 versus Emmy is the GOAT within 15 minutes. Thank you.
So we're just finding out 15 minutes from now. We'll first have the match for third place and then the final between you guys and Deep Waters. Deep Waters, they've been so dominant so far. What's it going to take them down in the final?
Yeah, I think we're playing a lot better than yesterday, so we'll just see. We have a chance, I think. I mean, obviously they look like the best team here, but yeah, I mean, I think our game against them yesterday we definitely had our chances, so I think anything can happen.
It looks like, if I understood correctly, there will be a 15-minute break now, and then first a match for third place, and then the final after. So you probably have like half an hour. What are you gonna do now to not, lose the rhythm you've gotten into? What's the plan for the next half hour?
Probably get like another Red Bull.
I think that's a good idea.
And just tell me, coming back to the semi-final, you lost the first game, right? And then you had to come back. What were you feeling after losing game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good staying calm. I think I was just able to stay locked in. I thought we definitely still could win this. So I think it's just important to not let nerves get to you.
And maybe just a final question, both of you guys have felt very calm and mellow throughout. Is that, do you feel that's helpful, or is that just your personality, basically?
Yeah, I think, like, especially my partner, like, is very zen. So, like, even though there's a lot at stake, probably just, like, playing our usual strategy and not, like, doing anything, like, irregular because of the money would be objectively the best for us. So, yeah, we're going to maintain that into the final.
Fantastic. Well, you guys, congratulations once again. I'm going to let you go get that Red Bull and rest up before the final, and we'll see you again later. Congratulations. And well, for us, we can see the action continues. There's actually no tournament play ongoing right now, but our organizer and sponsor, Vadim Rosenstein, has showed up for some fun and casual Bughouse games. Maybe just one quick question here. The fun never stops with the Bughouse.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. We play for fun, right? So yeah, we play all the time. Yeah.
And you guys are going to be playing for third place.
Third and fourth, yeah. Very good team. I guess a very good team. We have respect for them.
So this is the final warm up before that third match plays.
Yeah, we're just having fun. That's all. We're just having fun. There's nothing serious here.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in that third place match. We'll leave you to it. We'll see they are very focused. So some last minute warm up fun happening right here, and I think we're gonna take this time now to have.
No, she's saying quick break. What do you want to do?
Wow.
And we're back in the studio. We've got Grandmaster Caspi here. We've actually got an analysis board up on the screen, which is great. We don't have to listen to me try to come up with ideas about notation. We can see it on the board. You're going to teach me some stuff?
Yeah, so I want to show some nice Bughouse theory lines.
Please.
So let's say e4, e6 is considered passive, not so strong in Bughouse, but the main theory line is very interesting, so it's just more of a concept. So
far so good. Classical French.
Yeah, classical French. Okay, it's a bit different, of course, because like e5 is not so strong, but this is how like a lot of players play. Knight f6, e5 is the logical idea. Knight e4, bishop d3, bishop b4, and now it's slightly risky for black because his pieces are not in the king side. Now in regular chess it's more difficult to attack, but since moving on from this position, knight at h5 is very strong for white if he's getting knight h5 or pawn at h6. So
going for those dark squares around the king.
Exactly.
Now that the black bishop has moved away.
And if white doesn't have pieces, he should castle. Now so bishop takes, pawn takes, and now black is in a bit of a pickle, a bit of trouble. So if he doesn't have pieces, he usually goes knight at c3, and now knight at h5 is very strong, sacking the queen. This is like mainline theory.
The queen.
So like maybe 15 years ago, I looked at these lines, and after knight h5, there's a Bughouse database, old database, like white is winning 75% of the time.
In Bughouse database?
Yeah, with like a score. So after knight h5, knight takes d1, knight takes g7, king f8 is very bad because bishop h6, king g8, and knight goes back to h5. And then there's mating ideas, rook at f8, queen f8, knight f6, or a new knight, or f6, or even pawn at g7.
So there's just that one pawn for black on a dark square on the king side, and it's worth giving up the queen just to make a hole there, and then flood through the pieces on the dark squares.
Exactly.
It's really interesting the way you talk about opening theory, because you say, if white has a knight, it goes to h5. Exactly. If he doesn't, he should castle. If black has a piece, he should do this. If he doesn't, so you have conditional opening theory.
Exactly. So in Bughouse theory, you have the moves you play if no pieces, the moves you play if all the pieces come, the moves you play if he gets a bishop and I get a knight. It's endless possibilities almost.
So when you choose an opening, how important is it to sync up your opening with what your partner's repertoire is?
So that's a very good question. When you play a long series with 4 strong players, you try to match the openings. So, for example, our opponents today, they prepared an opening where my opponent, when he played black, he gets a quick pawn and he dropped it, and then he got a very good position, and then trades were good on the other board. So you have to adjust. If your partner is playing a game where he trades all his pieces, you can take risks because you will just get mated. If your partner is not giving a lot of trades, you should adjust your style. So for newer players, I would just recommend at first learning to play their board, learning to play good basic Bughouse. But after you get better at the game, you start making this adjustment and start adjusting to your partner board.
So I got 2 questions for you. The first question, we have a lot of viewers to this event because it is a once in a lifetime event who have never played Bughouse before.
Yeah.
If you want to get involved, you kind of seen these people play, you want to understand this new game, but you're completely new to it. There aren't really many books out there. How do you start?
So actually there is a Bughouse book.
Okay.
I don't remember the name, but someone in chat can probably, and it was written many years ago. It has some theory and some puzzles, like I think the Bughouse book or something. A lot of players actually wrote it in collaboration from the old Bughouse community in Fix.
Collaborative, collective book. That's fantastic.
This is amazing. I think I bought it. I have it somewhere, but it's like, so it's very, very old, maybe more than 20 years ago, but it actually has some decent theories, some decent ideas. But in chess.com there are some blogs and some ideas. The best way to learn is, of course, if you have a friend who is strong in Bughouse and is willing to play with you. So just play with them and they can teach you during the games. And you can watch the strong players play. Because it's very difficult at first, even if you're a very strong chess player, even if you're a grandmaster, or even if like top player in the world, Bughouse is almost completely different.
I actually think it's maybe easier for kids or people new to chess. They pick it up
for kids, or even for, like in Israel, in some local tournaments, like 2 GMs are playing against players that have no rating, and the no rating, they just crush them because they just play the Bughouse style, like with the knight h5 drops and pawn h6 drops. And because you have to be so quick and crisp with the time management, it's just so...
and no fear, no hesitation.
Exactly.
I have 2 little kids, 5 and 7. They play against my wife and I in Bughouse.
Oh,
we
nice.
play a family game,
wow,
and they have no hesitation, no fear, just go, go, go.
That's the spirit. So that's how the top players do. We all understand that if you freeze, if both players are sitting, or if you take... Like in Bughouse, if you think for 10 seconds for a move, it's like thinking for 1 hour.
Right.
Like the
cost is so high.
Like
for hesitation.
the candidates game where Hikaru thought for 1 hour. In Bughouse, if I think for 5 or 7 seconds, I feel like I thought for an hour because downtime it's very, very difficult.
How do you feel? When these things happen, and obviously sometimes you have a bad game, your partner was doing fine, and you lose the match. Is that more difficult than normal chess because you haven't just let yourself down? You have your partner you're feeling about.
Yeah, it adds more complexity because you have to play well, and then you have to keep the team spirit high, and because it's not only you, it's both players. And like during the games, I try to cheer my partner up, say, okay, everything good, okay, we make some mistake, but we can still win. It's good. Let's continue to play. So I'm like also acting as a psychologist during the game. Also,
the last question I have for you before we let you go, we see up on the screen at the moment. We're finally down to the grand final. It is a little bit of a surprise. We're going to have the 3rd place playoff first, and then we're going to have the final. We actually expected it to be the other way around.
Yeah,
so we
for sure.
did not expect Deep Waters to not be featuring in the final. Let's go to the 3rd place playoff first. I'm not sure if we have the right. The right ones up there at the moment. They might come up in a moment. But if I understand correctly, Deep Waters will be playing against...
Emmy is the GOAT.
Emmy is the GOAT, yeah, in the 3rd place playoff. I want your predictions for that, and then I want your predictions for Mason 2 versus Angry Birds. We'll fix up the graphic in a moment for the final. What's going to happen?
So, prediction for the 3rd and 4th?
Let's start with that one, yeah.
So I think anything can happen. It's about 50-50.
A bit tilted.
Yeah, I assume they're still playing for large prizes. Yep. So I guess they must be tilted because they were the favorites. But during the tournament, I assume that both teams are almost at equal powers. So I think anything can happen. But yeah, I think Awonder and his partner Ilya, they're also not happy that they lost. It was a closer match, but I think they also expected to make it to
Two
the
strong
final.
teams, 4 tilted players. Anything
Yeah,
can happen.
exactly, especially in Bughouse, and it will be very, very quick, that's for sure.
What about the final? Angry Birds versus Maiden 2, who we didn't think would be on the podium, and now they're playing for $50,000.
Yeah, I think yesterday, actually, I think we talked with them. They lost their first game against some local team. They made some mistakes they weren't even sure to make the top 8. So it's very, very impressive by them, to recover. And they made the top 8, and then they they made the top 4, and now they made the finals. And I mean, if they made it all this way, maybe they can win if they'll continue playing well. They'll have to be fast because Angry Birds, Penguin GM is very strong and famous streamer, and he plays so fast. So if they go down on time, they will just get chessed. But if they keep let's say if they keep it Bughouse style with a lot of pieces and the time is okay, sure. If they beat one of the best teams in the world, they can beat another good team.
So if I were to sort of force you to make a prediction, you've given a lot of insight, but what if I say, you got to put money down on this?
No, I'm still going with Angry Birds. I think
it's hard not to. Yeah.
I think, and I also talked with them after they beat us, and I heard they made a very good preparation. It's so weird, but it's so much more important to prepare in Bughouse. You have to prepare mentally and to prepare the opening, and so I think they are locked in, playing their best game, and that's. I think they are the slight favorites, but
anything can happen.
Yeah, after what happened today already, anything can happen.
Well, look, thank you so much for your time, coming and sharing your insights. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. I think we've actually potentially even played online under one of my anonymous accounts at some point.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I won't tell you how we went because it's too embarrassing for me, but I've learned a lot, and this has been great for us. We are going to go to a short break, I believe, and then we will be back for the third place playoff, and then, of course, the final. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. This is it. The match for third place is starting in just under 2 minutes. We see that the mate in 2 team is still warming up. They are still having fun over here. We can hear the arbiter make the announcement that mate in 2, who are right here, will be playing against Emmy as the GOAT for third place. And before we get to that, we also want to briefly apologize. There was a little bit of a communication issue between right here in the playing hall and the studio. There was also a slight camera issue. Either way, just to confirm that Deep Waters is indeed in the final. We can see a bunch of chess fans have actually shown up today in Manila. Everything is getting set up. We see Team Deep Waters, they are here. Are you guys going to be watching this match for third place, or what's happening?
Yes, definitely watching. I think our opponents had other ideas. They went to go take a walk, but I want to watch this match. Yeah.
And who do you have as favorites? We see Emmy is the GOAT here. Actually, I never got around. Can I ask you just very quickly? I never got around. What's Emmy is the GOAT? Is that another private joke? What's going on there?
No, it's just his online username. We call him Emmy, Emerald, Emmy for short. So he's the GOAT. Yeah, that's why it wasn't meant to be this time.
I wasn't even asked about the team name. He just chose it, and then when I came here, I was like, okay, what's our name? And then Emmy's the GOAT. I was like, okay.
Exactly.
But are you happy with your choice?
Yeah, it was a good partner. It was a great team name.
And you guys are about to play. You've had different strategies. I don't know what you guys have been up to for the last 15 minutes, but your opponents, they've been playing non-stop. What have you guys been up to for the last 15 minutes?
Mostly mourning about the loss, because I think we had good chances, but yeah, it's okay.
Are you able to shrug it off? Are you ready now for the match for third place?
Oh, for me, it means nothing. I've been scrolling Twitter. It's a good time. No, I'm just mostly here. I'm happy to see everyone. So that's the main motivation for me coming here. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, it's been so great. See you guys have so much fun here. And I believe we're just waiting for your opponents to finish their fun match. So I'll leave you to it. Best of luck for this upcoming match, and it really has been a great joy to watch you throughout these 2 days. So let's move over there and see what is going on. Are we getting close to ending this warm-up match? Everyone is waiting for this to conclude. So let's quickly see. Oh, we actually... Your match is now being broadcast live on air.
Hundreds of people. Hundreds and thousands of people.
Millions.
Oh, millions, I've been told. Potentially billions.
Are you happy with your warm-up as you go into this match for third place?
Oh, this wasn't a warm-up, we're just having fun. Oh yeah, we were happy. Yeah, just probably, hopefully, maybe play a lot of Bughouse after the tournament too, right? It doesn't stop after the tournament.
What's it gonna take to take down Emmy as the GOAT?
Oh, it's just win pieces and play good, you know? And play fast, That's so important too.
I like it, a simple strategy. Well, best of luck, guys. We look forward to watching your match against Awonder and Isaac. And here we see their graphics. So the match for third place about to start in a second now between mate and 2, who we just talked to, and Emmy is the GOAT. And once that is done, then it is time for the big final between Deep Waters and the Angry Birds. And as we see the players now not taking their seats just yet, but almost. And we see the arbiters now calling the players to take their seats. And we are gonna see here some handshakes in a second as the players are ready now for this match for third place. So I'm gonna throw it back to David in the studio with commentary for this third place match.
All right, and we are back for the third place playoff. Mate in 2. Emmy is the GOAT. Action on the board. And we have a Scotch defense on the left of board. Something that Caspi and I spoke about earlier with more of a Bughouse opening on the right. We'll get the audio of the players in just a moment. Awonder Liang, top left of screen.
Yes.
Great pedigree in both classical chess, Crazy House chess, and Bughouse chess, known as Katask for a long time on League Chess. And Emmy, short for Emerald, with 4 Ds, as mentioned by Chuck Moulton in the chat.
Okay.
Bughouse players. Only been playing Bughouse seriously for the last 2 years. It's built up an incredible reputation.
What do you have?
They're playing against Alex Guo for Maiden 2 and Jimmy Lee, who I believe goes by the online moniker of Gus McLean.
You say.
Oh, shut up. Let's hear what the players are talking about.
Yeah, this thing here.
There's no pieces, right?
Not yet.
Take on C6. Hang on. Sit. I'm gonna promote some.
Okay.
Awonder promotes on G1 after a pawn to F2 check and grabs a queen from his partner's opponent's board. Who I believe is Jimmy Lee. So he's just lost his queen on D8 thanks to that promotion.
What do you have? Knight. Okay, adjust. Still here then?
Alex is under huge pressure with the white pieces on left of screen. Maiden 2 really under the pump. Awonder is turning the screws.
Just bishop e5.
Spite check by Alex with the white pieces. Knight at H6. King goes over. There is no smothered mate because the queen on F6 covers the F7 square. So queen at F4 to try to stop that discovered check on the left of the screen there. But Jimmy Lee, bottom right with the black pieces, is also under a bit of pressure. That C7 square is wide open now. The knight slamming in there.
Okay, I have like
It looks like Maiden 2 are in trouble.
You probably has made him. He's good. Okay. Where's the mate? There it is.
Oh, there's mates. Mate on the left board there. Awonder slamming knight at G3.
I need to play
knight
D4.
takes G3, and that's it.
Okay. My bad. Yeah, we were
Is that not mates? That is mates. That is mate. A huge victory there to Team Emmy is the GOAT. Awonder played incredibly powerfully with the black pieces, playing against the Scotch defense. Getting that sacrifice in on F2 that we know is such a trademark feature of Bughouse chess, also known as transfer chess, tandem chess, even monkey chess, I believe, in Luxembourg, Fiona tells me. Across the world, that F2 or F7 square is where so much of the action is, particularly when you start out playing Bughouse. Awonder slamming through a pawn on the F2 square, managing to promote on G1, which means he grabbed a queen from his partner's opponent, and then finishing off with a knight checkmate with a double knight sacrifice on the G3 square. Very convincing win, but Emmy is the GOAT. That's going to get them 1 foot towards that 3rd place we can see on the screen there, which is worth $10,000 plus a trophy and medals. Let's not forget 4th place coming away with 6,000. No time to pause. You can see the players are already sitting down. Awonder probably playing a bullet game on his phone while preparing for the next game. These guys cannot get enough chess. You heard them actually talking before, saying how much they look forward to more Bughouse after the tournament, which I believe means that I might be able to muscle my way into a seat and have a go myself. Having picked up some tips from Caspi, the man himself, sitting next to me in the last round on commentary, which was very kind of him. I'm going to try those out myself if these guys will allow me to have a go. Okay, so Maiden 2 need to win to equalize the match. Colors are switched now, so we'll see Awonder with the white pieces. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Alex. I believe that Jimmy Lee actually on the second board is the better known Bughouse player. So we actually have a slightly lopsided pairing contest here. We don't have the best players of each team playing against each other. Which is going to make things interesting, of course. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Alex in particular. So the player playing with the black pieces on the left of screen really needs to make sure that he gets a good opening. And he seems to have done so. That opening so far seems to be relatively nice. Let's see if we can pick up some audio from the players. Knight at C6 on the right board there, a dangerous fork. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Emmy. So I believe we've got crossboard sitting here. On the bottom right, I think Ilya's sitting. On the top left, you can hear Alex very animated, trying to decide should he drop a knight on d3 or h4. I would go for h4 myself and go for mate on g2, but that's because I'm a weak Bughouse player. Let's see what he chooses. Knight at d3. Well, he's stronger than me. Allowing knight takes e4 though. That was indeed what I was worried about. He swaps on f4 and f6. That was perhaps a miscalculation there by Alex, because I don't think that was entirely what he intended. Fortunately, Jimmy, his partner, seems to be in a reasonably decent position, having ripped open the g7 square. Awonder has clearly solidified on the bottom left. Look at all those pawns for white. He's almost out of danger. Throws a pawn on h3 to stop any drops happening there by the black pieces. Alex desperately trying to rip open the white king side, but look at all these drops. Bishop on h3, bishop on g4, covering all the light squares. Awonder is one of the best defensive Bughouse players I've ever seen, and this is a textbook example here. Solidified his king position, covering both black and dark squares, and now he starts to gain the upper hand. And on the right board, it looks like Emerald has made a bit of progress himself. Two bishops on g7 and f7, kind of securing the king side, and a pawn now on g2 with all sorts of promotion ideas with rook at f1 or rook at h1. Pawn at g3, great move on the right board, because if pawn takes g3, he'll slam another pawn down on h2, and if bishop takes g3, then rook takes queen. In the meantime, he's threatening pawn at f2 check. Pawn at g3, what a brilliant move. Brilliant move by Emerald on the right board. You can see that's causing Jimmy to actually sit here. He's got no response. A lot more action on the left. Jimmy has to find a move on the right. He cannot sit. He's got to find a move. He takes with the pawn, allowing pawn at h2. Look at those pawns on h2 and g2.
Not that good. You're not that good either. Oh. Oh. I believe them. He's not lying. Yeah, just. Oh, okay. Doesn't make. Okay.
Promotion pawn to h1, grabbing a queen from Alex's board.
Oh man, I'll get caught here.
Alex is reasonably safe.
Wait, they want to chess me, I think. So we're down 40. We're down 42.
You got this. You got this.
Well, let's see. Let me count the pieces here. So, yeah, I'm down a queen. Always got a rook in hand. So I'm down a queen. Hold on. Queen, bishop, and rook.
One more.
I'm down queen, bishop, and rook. 40 seconds.
I'm not sure why, but Alex is spending
What's
his
your
time
bullet
counting
rating?
how many pieces
Light
his
check.
team's
It's really high,
down.
though.
Probably better to spend that time on actually finding some way to get an attack going.
No, I don't have a high bullet rating, but I think it's higher. Higher bullet.
What's your bullet?
2700 light check.
Oh, damn.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'm about the same.
Yeah, both.
Undefeated, you know.
So I mean, I'm not bad.
Doing? They're
But
small
he's not
talking.
bad either.
This is a third place playoff.
I mean, he's gonna chess me, right?
Oh, he's completely solid.
I mean, how are we down time? Oh, I said
about to. You only have a pawn. That's the queen right
I have a pawn, yeah? Yeah, it's gonna let me promote this. Yeah, it's right there, right there, right there. I mean, I'm gonna flag if I don't go. I'm gonna go. Okay.
Position looks completely winning.
He's got a
for
rook in hand.
Mr. Goat, possibly on both
Okay.
boards now.
Okay, how do I stop that?
You don't need to. There's no job made, right?
No, I mean.
Okay.
All right, I'm here.
Look at Awonder's face, bottom left of screen.
Dude, he's
He
gonna
is
chess.
locked
Okay.
in.
Okay. Take that. Oh, that way?
Menu.
That's not.
Resistant. Yes.
Oh, you can please rook here.
Jimmy top
Oh,
right of screen.
true.
That's better.
Screen is just slowing.
Am I still down 27?
Yeah, you're on your own.
How'd that happen? How'd that happen? It's okay. It's one king now. I got this. I got this. We'll play it out. We'll play it out.
Wait, you can't even promote anything.
No, I know we lose, but I mean, this is for fun now, right?
Players have decided to play it out for us, which is nice.
Oh, shit.
Awonder's going to force checkmate here. A drop at a4 follows by rook b3,
I mean, yeah, I know it's
king
locked.
takes a2, queen takes
Seven.
a4, and queen
Yeah.
takes a3 mate.
Oh,
Alex
shit,
playing
he
it
made
out
him.
for the cameras.
Yeah, that's good at chess.
Victory by Emmy's the
He is actually a grand.
He is actually a grandmaster.
And I'm here in the playing hall with our third place finishers. Team Emmy is the GOAT. That was actually a fun, very good spirited last match. Did you have fun playing this? And well, first of all, congratulations on the third place, I wonder.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a fun time, and I mean, it's always fun playing Bughouse here, honestly.
I love how, for me, you know, I've really discovered a whole new world over the last couple of days, and in the end here we even saw your opponent point out, well, Wicked Shade was better than what you did. What are you up to?
You know, I got no excuses. I got to work on the tactics. That's for sure.
And let me go over here, now that the tournament is over for you guys. First of all, I know it was a disappointment losing the semi-final, but how do you reflect on the experience overall?
Yeah, the experience was great. We're so glad that Mr. WR is hosting this tournament, and the next one in Peru. Yeah, I need to find a partner because Bianca's kind of busy, or Awonder is kind of busy. So.
What are you up to at the end of June?
Just work. So I like it. Yeah. I don't have that much time to play these kind of tournaments, but yeah, whenever I can, and especially taking time off, and just it's really wonderful to be able to travel and meet new people and also old friends too.
And really, I felt maybe I'll also come over here and just get everyone's impressions. It really felt like the Bughouse community. You guys are all friends. You've been playing Bughouse for a long time. What's it like? Because most of the time you play online, right? You have your Discord servers. You play online. What's it been like to all meet here in Manila in person?
Oh, I met them before at other events, so it's just like a reunion. Right.
For you guys, yeah, but some of the teams, they told me they had never met in person.
Well, the top teams in the finals, we all met like several times at other tournaments where there were money involved, but not as much as this one. So we all know each other, and it's just friendly. Yeah, you know, yeah, they're good teams too.
They are a very good team, and maybe how did you enjoy your time in the Philippines, and how the local fans, it surprised me how much they love chess, and they showed up yesterday and today. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it just shows like chess is such an international game. I think just the amount of fans that came up, and I think even recognized me. I don't even get like that in the United States, like you know, and I think when I was in India, also like the chess fans there are just amazing and insane, and I think it just goes to show how international the game is. And even for something like Bughouse, everyone's willing to come out and just watch and play and really enjoy and have a good time.
Actually, did you know, I just found out as we went into this event that Philippines is the #5 country in the world with most members on chess.com, with I believe 9.2 million members on chess.com from the Philippines. Did you have any idea?
No, it's exciting actually. I had no idea.
Opportunity. It's a market opportunity to like do a chess server just in Manila because the lag is so high.
And tell me, guys, well, your match is over now. That's the end of the tournament, but the big final is still ahead between Deep Waters and the Angry Birds. What are your predictions for that one? And I'll go around the table so everyone can make a prediction.
Yeah, I think anything can happen. You know, I've played online matches where it starts down like 10-0, 20-0, and then at the end it goes back to even. So these things are just very high variance. Anything can happen, and in 3 games, I don't know. I think normally speaking, just by the experience in online play, probably Deep Waters is the favorite. But yeah, Penguin is very experienced over the board. He's very fast. He's very strong. He has a set repertoire, and so I would absolutely be not surprised if they took home the victory.
I have to say, I was lucky enough to do commentary with David Smerdon, of course, the last couple of days, and he has some insider sources. He also is quite into the Bughouse community, and they had told him going into the tournament that Deep Waters, despite them not even being on the top 10 on average rating on the starting rank, that they were the favorites. What do you think sets them apart?
A lot of experience. Both of them have been playing for more than for example, Janik, he has been playing for more than 10 years plus, probably ever since he was a kid, and he's arguably one of the greatest players in this game mode ever. The argument is usually between Awonder and him, but yeah, and the third board one is also very strong. He's very highly rated in chess.com, and a lot of experience, both of them, despite them not even having like GM or IM or FM. Like they're winning all the tournaments on chess.com, and it shows how tricky this game is and how different it is from chess, and how, I guess, amazing it can be.
So what do you think? Are they gonna take the final, or is Penguin gonna Penguin and Rich?
It is, as he said, a lot of the games is high variance, and like in these 2 game series, it's just random, a coin toss basically, because like we, as he said, we play 10 games. It starts 10-0, and then like at the end we end up winning like 2-1. And then, yeah, but I think most likely Deep Waters. I would say 75-25.
Okay, and I'll move over here to get a prediction from teammate and 2 as well. What do you think? Prediction for the final?
I think I'll go with Deep Waters because they have more Bughouse experience in general. I remember playing with both of them thousands of games online over the course of many years. So I will go with the team with more Bughouse experience.
And we're just hearing the final. When is the final? Can we just, I'll come back to you. I'll just find out. When is the final starting? When? 15. So we have plenty of time. 15 minutes until the final starts. So tell me your prediction.
I don't have anything really much to add, except I would just repeat one thing, is that there is a lot of high variance. So it's worth emphasizing that it's high variance. It could go either way. 2 game series, right? So my personal opinion that the tournament could be improved with more games in the series, because we spend most of the time just waiting around for the new pairings to come out. So you could easily have time just for like at least one more game, right? Instead of one game, which is very high variance.
But it feels like this was a start, right? And of course things can always be improved, but I imagine you guys are quite excited with Vadim, what he put on. Now Peru has been announced. By the way, any chance you guys will be in Peru?
What's the price one?
And I don't know yet. Where is Vadim? He's over there.
We heard there's $100,000 there too. So we maybe. I heard from a friend there's $100,000 there too. Is there a hotel also?
And actually we are being joined, I believe, by David in just a second. Yeah, so a bright future ahead, surely. And David, I was saying that we were lucky to have you, of course, and you had predicted going into the tournament that Deep Waters were a team to watch out for.
But not with my big brain, I have to say. I was more, I was chatting to Tan the Man, Jan Lee, and a few of the other players who I'm sure you're all aware of from online back in the day on the freechess.org, and then moving to Lichess. And yeah, I mean, you guys, of course, know the community very well, but for us from the traditional chess world, this is kind of a new experience. What's it like, I guess, getting this exposure to the rest outside of the Discord chat? What's how does that feel, sort of, because you're not usually in the limelight as much as you are here?
Oh, I feel very famous to be known by hundreds of people now, and potentially thousands.
Well, look, you just wait. Peru is beckoning. And what about for you, Jimmy?
I'm just happy to be here. I mean, I never realized I would ever have this opportunity to win this amount of money.
We're just playing for fun, right?
Yeah.
We're just playing for fun. Never thought it would be money involved. I was like, oh, wow, we can actually make some money with this. All right, let's play.
That's something that I noticed also in the last round, when things weren't going too great for you guys at some point, but you had big smiles on your faces, and we actually had the audio from here, and we couldn't. I just stopped talking because you were just on a stand-up comedy thing for like 10 minutes.
Trash talking is very common here, and I'm sure they know I'm joking.
But usually you don't trash.
I have respect for them. Okay, so it is all good, all good.
But usually you don't trash talk when you've only got a king and pawns left, and your king's on a4.
No, I just play it out. I just like, yeah, try to mate me, yeah. Go. He found it.
I don't know how he managed with an extra queen and 2 rooks, but somehow Awonder came through in the end. Actually, that's a good point because, from my days playing, we call it transfer chess, Bughouse in Australia, trash talking is absolutely essential. If you can't trash talk, don't even bother sitting down. Is that something that, here we sort of take it seriously, you're chatting to each other. Do you kind of feel at some point that you should be kind of, we'd say, sledging or insulting your opponents?
Oh, well, there's a history here. So they know we're joking, right? So we play them a lot of games online. So And by the way, chess.com should have a feature where you can talk to the other opponents. Because right now it's just private. If you can talk to the other opponents, oh man, I could say so many things to the other opponents.
Can you think of any possible reason why they haven't introduced that feature?
Oh, they're lazy.
Shots
and we've lost our major sponsor for next year. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Maybe
one of the best things about Fix is that if it's like you can talk to the other opponents right during the game. So it was so much fun. So during the game, if they're losing, we'd say a lot of mean things. They're kind of mean, so I won't say it here. But another thing we should have, by the way, chess.com. If you're listening, you should have.
We've got hundreds of people. There might be one of them.
Hundreds, bordering on thousands. So I think a feature, all right, you should have like a group chat in the Bughouse, so that if you can trash talk to the entire community, to entire group, right? So if it's like 6-0, you say, oh, we beat this guy 6-0. It's not that nice, but you see the idea, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm shocked that they haven't introduced it. Shocked.
Okay. They should hire me for programming. I'll hire this guy too. He needs a job.
I got one semi-serious question now for you, because I was chatting with Caspi. He came into the studio and we were actually talking about this no drop mate, and particularly the promotions rule. And he actually said, the early days, you're not used to this stuff, anything new. But he actually said he quite likes it after a while. Maybe we'll go around.
Let's get the opinion over here on the promotion rules. What are your thoughts now that you use them for 2 days?
I really like the rule. It's kind of funny because I really got into all the chess variants and developed a lot of the theory for Crazy House, King of the Hill, and the other ones, just because I think it's kind of interesting to me to just you adjust the rules and you see how things change. And I think for me as a Bughouse player, we've played so much that it's kind of felt the same. And then just introducing the new twist, I feel like it's kind of similar to when I first started analyzing chess variants and just playing them a bunch. Just the creativity and having to find new ways to checkmate or ways to promote and the interactions there. It's just been very interesting, and I really love it. I feel like I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm just discovering new things again. And no, I think it's just why we play chess or why we play other things. I think at the end of the day, it's really a very beautiful game, and these twists make it all the more so.
And since David brought up the topic of trash talk, and I'll get your thoughts on the promotion as well, but I have to ask you, Awonder, because you've just been smiling throughout the competition, having such a nice time, and it's hard to imagine that you would trash talk someone. Do you do it sometimes?
No, unfortunately, I'm not smart or creative enough to come up with those. Once in a blue mood, I get after a couple hours in the shower, I think of something creative. But yeah, I think these guys they're way faster than us. So
trash talk is my job.
Yeah, that's why he's the goat. So.
My plan for the finals was to trash talk 12 or Janik during the whole time, but unfortunately we didn't get there. So.
Well, tell me your thoughts on promotion, and then we'll go and quickly talk to Deep Waters as they are getting ready for the big final.
Yeah, I think it makes the game way more creative. There are a lot of more tactics to be found, and we were all new to it, and we had a little bit of time to adjust. But yeah, it makes it way more creative and way more fun and way more double-edged, and it's very nice.
Well, great that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your thoughts. And I'll throw it over to David, who is with Team Deep Waters. David, over to you.
I've got Deep Waters here with me, and I come with a little bit of egg on my face because, of course, I was commentating your semi-final in which Caspi and I announced to the world our shock that the world was upside down. We'd never seen you two get demolished as badly as possible. But now, of course, reality has been restored, and it was quite convincing, obviously. We've heard some of your peers actually talk about the two of you, only nice things that they would say, in particular talking that the two of you can be considered two of the greats of Bughouse ever. How do you feel when you're here in person meeting these people and you hear kind of comments like that? How does it make you feel?
I mean, I guess it's an honor, yeah. We've been, to be honest, we've been mostly playing for fun. It's a game at the end of the day, but yeah, it's nice to hear good things from our close friends, so yeah, take it as a compliment.
I feel like with the reputation we have a little bit more pressure almost, but especially because online is just a different game, and we might be good at online play but maybe not over the board, so we have to try to prove ourselves here as well. But yeah.
And I have a question for you, I guess, about a little bit to do with the history of Bughouse chess, because I'm an old guy from Australia, but in my generation we have people like Tam the Man, Jan Lee, yes, Igor Bilyarbook, a few others who've been playing on the free internet chess server. I believe you also played on there once upon a time on freechess.org. Were you Cheesy Bread? Was that?
That is correct, yeah. So Jan Lee actually, we all looked up to him. He was our, we modeled our games based on him. He did a lot of Crazy House as well. He has some pretty good Twitch streams. We all used to tune in. Yeah, he was definitely, him and Chicken Crossroad were one of the inspirations for us. Yeah.
I have a feeling you might have even played against him in a Crazy House World Championship.
Yeah, we played online. He beat me pretty badly, but that was a couple of years ago, I believe. I think 4 or 5 years ago.
I played against Justin when he was 9 and I was 10, and I swindled him to win the Australian under-12s. So we have a long history together, but I had the chance to chat to him actually just a few days before this tournament.
Oh, nice.
And if there is another tournament happening in Lima, I'm tempted to try to pull him out of dadhood and working to get here. How would it be to meet, I guess, kind of the old guard from Bughouse?
Yes.
It would be awesome,
yeah. I mean, we don't have enough good things to say about Tam the Man. He has I don't know, I feel like he really revolutionized the way we play, and he's obviously a great person, and he did a lot of content for YouTube as well. Really, I think, brought a lot of interest into the game. So yeah, it would be great to hopefully see him in Peru,
As an Aussie, I have to say, when I think about all the things that he's done for the game, and others, Chicken Crossroads, as you mentioned, back when there was zero money in Bughouse, and now you see this sort of big event, on the stage, big money. I feel like he sort of deserves to be pulled out. He'd do a better job as commentary as me, that's for sure. So I'm going to try to pull him out, but I guess switching back to the time at hand, because I don't want to distract you too much for that. What are your thoughts on your opponents?
To be honest, I think between us, Awonder, and them, 3 probably considered favorites. Obviously, Andrew is an amazing bullet player. Richard's also very strong. I think anything can happen. I feel like it's a toss-up match. I think, maybe people think we're the favorites, but it can really go either way.
Oh, I think they're a really strong team, and they're really fast as well. So we have to make sure to stay on top of things, trust ourselves, obviously they're really good opponents. Could go either way. So hopefully we just have fun.
We haven't actually seen them. I don't know. Apparently they went for a walk, I heard. You had a bit of a longer break now as the match for 3rd place was happening. How did you guys spend your time?
Oh, well, we have to discuss some strategy. I mean, we had spent, we had talked strategy basically this whole trip, but now it matters more than ever. And I think we figured out a good plan for us, and hopefully we can execute it.
I'm still curious to chat to you guys afterwards, because you said you did some special prep. You didn't want to reveal too much, so all will be revealed at the end of this.
I guess the last question that I have for you going, I know you don't want to give away any strategy, although I very much doubt they're listening to us right now, but just in case, I guess my question is going to be, even though it would make our jobs as commentators so much easier if you'd all just slow down, for the love of God, and make it easier, obviously that's not going to happen. And Tangy in particular is going to come out of the gates firing. But on the other hand, if you try to match him with speed and you're having just a pure sort of ultra bullet match on that board, well, you know how strong he is at that. So you've got that fine balance between speed. How are you going to handle that?
I mean, we really have to create a situation where we can control what's going on. So, as you said, getting into a speed battle with him is going to be be tough.
I think Andrew, even if he's up like a piece and 10 seconds remaining on the clock, he can beat us. So we got to be extremely careful about that. So try to control the material, perhaps not lose too many pieces, and we'll see. The speed's gonna be hard to match, but we'll see what we can do.
Well, look, guys, thanks so much for your time. We've taken up a lot of it in the preparation moments before the final, so we really appreciate your generosity with that. Hopefully we get a chat to you afterwards when you can reveal everything, if you're willing to, and we'll also find out, of course, where you finish, whether it's 1st or 2nd, so best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And David, that brings us to the big moment. I don't know exactly how much time is left, but we must be getting very, very close now to this final. I'm still looking around to see Andrew and Richard, but they've done a great job sort of hiding away before this final.
Makes a lot of sense, because I can imagine the nerves are pretty high. They know their opponents really well, of course. They've played a lot. They are ostensibly friends, but what can get between friendship? A lot of money on the line and a title and prestige. I'm sure they'll stay friends afterwards, but I can definitely understand with the adrenaline that's running through us at the moment how they must be feeling. So a walk around here, the Grand Hyatt in Manila, makes a lot of sense to me.
Absolutely, and we see that actually a lot of people have shown up today once again. Yesterday we had a full hall, of course, with 85 countries. Last night at dinner I found out how many nationalities were represented. 22 different countries represented in this WR Bughouse Championship, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm still blown away by just the atmosphere, the friendship and the love for Bughouse.
Absolutely, and for a first event, I think it's been incredibly successful. I hope that means that there's going to be a second event. From what we hear, there's definitely going to be a second event, and potentially.
Would you consider coming out of retirement?
Would
and
I to play? Well, I don't know. I've got the bug. That's a joke.
See what you did there.
I got the bug, but on the other hand, the speed that you need and the nerves, it does feel a little bit like a young person's game. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. But then yesterday
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, to get my hands dirty and get in there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll do a few practice matches with these guys if they'll be so kind after the final. See if I can snare a couple of them.
I can feel your twitchy hands.
Oh, it's so exciting. And as we spoke with Caspi when he came in, if you do want to get involved in the game, well, one of the best things to do is just to jump on, Google what is Bughouse. You'll get those first tips and then just start playing. I think just get into it.
Absolutely. So do try it out. A lot of fun. And now, well, we're going to go on a very short break, give you the time to get set up in the studio ahead of this big final. So stay tuned. We're mere moments away from the grand final here in Manila.
And we're here for the final. It's just about to start. And luckily for me, I'm joined with one of the greats, Awonder. Thank you so much for joining.
David, hello.
good to be here.
We've got the boards up on screen. We'll find out who's white and black in a moment. But, oh, they've already started. We've got the games up and running. You can see the cameras in the corners who tell us who's playing who. So we've got the birds up the top. And we're also going to have a little bit of the audio of the players. So if you want to just throw that in your ear, we can hear
perfect.
when they start talking. At the moment, it's kind of silent. Do you want to talk us through the opening a little bit?
Yeah. So we have a pretty, on the right side, we have a pretty classic pawn at b4 situation. This is kind of a new meta. So black's kind of taken white's knight. White has went knight b5, black's went a6, takes on b5. So they've got a bit of an advantage there. And on the left side, there's also sort of an interesting meta opening where they've played a French, but white has played bishop b5 check, bishop d7, and traded the bishops, which is kind of good because now pawn at h3 is much less important. If I had to guess, I would think the Deep Waters team is on the bottom.
Yes.
Because, yeah, they're kind of very experienced with these tricky openings, and they're kind of used to sitting a little bit in the opening to try and gain that slight piece advantage. And I would say that, yeah, Peng, Andrew, Tang, and Richard, they're maybe a little bit less experienced, so they don't know. They don't like request the early sits to counter those. Yeah, now it's just going very, very fast. I think the thing is they've kind of gotten a big material advantage, and I think the Deep Waters team is just consolidating a huge position on both boards here.
We're done.
So Deep Waters looking good. They're up in material. It looks like Richard,
doesn't matter.
4 bishops on dark squares, and those in 3 knights on the board. So it's very minor piece heavy on the left, very close. But still,
you can actually move.
It's a little bit
minors,
drafty on
plus
G2
minors.
and H3. How much of a worry is that?
I think not at all. I think the material advantage here is just going to be tremendous.
A little bit low, please.
There's kind of not much counterplay for both sides because now that I say that, on the right board, it kind of looks like G6 is getting a bit drafty, for sure.
Now something on F7 maybe.
Right, and the times are very even, and that's really important because it just shows that like whenever something critical is about to happen, you could go into a big time scramble.
Yeah, we thought that Tang would build up a pretty big time.
You don't need to force it.
But it looks like Richard's done a pretty good job of trying to equalize that.
Right. Yeah, I think Andrew, especially online, is just a tremendous player. He doesn't actually play that much anymore, but I think he'll just permanently be like a top 10 player of all time because of his speed. It's kind of like, when you have Victor Wembanyama, who's 7'5". It's just an incredible advantage to have, no matter what.
So what's that? He's got like a 7-foot frame for speed chess.
Yep. Exactly. It's a little bit unfair. I don't like playing against it either.
That's not handicap. Put in his own category.
I don't know. We gotta make him play a touchpad, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Yannick has kind of consolidated a little bit on his king side, although H7 is still a tiny bit tender.
Yeah, it's hard to tell without knowing the exact pockets on both sides, but I would say it just looks like a huge dogfight now. Both sides have gotten relatively safer, and
I'm doing good.
King on H7, I'm not sure about it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Queen H6 is made if he gets a queen.
Does queen win?
Exactly. Yeah, I think both sides are a little bit safe, but yeah, definitely his king is very weak, and
Knight at D2 for Janik.
I might need some pieces.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the clocks they seem a bit they seem a bit off. I would guess it's probably pretty even. They're both sitting.
Yeah.
How bad is the
position?
Are you? Wait, are you dead too? No.
Well, once he moves, can I take? I'm gonna take that. Because if he takes back, he's dead. So once he moves,
I think it works. Yeah, I don't see them.
Okay, so what's happening is I think Richard wants to play queen takes d2, but that queen will mate Andrew.
Yes. On h6 and then h8.
But they're probably up time.
I think take
and that's played it. He's played queen takes d2 just because it's Andrew's move, I assume.
Surely you take.
Yeah, and Deep Waters has elected to continue moving. Yeah, it looks like they're probably up a significant amount of time. 10 seconds, that sounds quite reasonable. And I think Richard has a queen in his pocket, and so if Janik takes on d2, then he's going to take on f7 and probably mate with an extra rook. No, he doesn't have an extra rook for sure, but...
Okay, so should I say your chess?
Yes, I'm not sure if there's actually a mate there. He claims to have seen it. It's kind of hard to know without the exact pocket counts. He has to take on f7 here for sure if there's a queen, because the promotion would be devastating. Oh, he's taken on f8. That's very interesting.
But now it's going to be mate, right?
I could promote to.
Yeah,
queen takes d8 and then pawn f8.
And then pawn f8, right? And then, or even pawn at b7. Wow.
Queen takes d8. That's finished.
Sure.
Is that finished?
Doesn't really matter. I don't think
he's going to promote to the rook, I guess. But if he promotes the rook, maybe there's a mate on the other board. I'm not sure.
Nope, they've resigned. And wow, the Angry Birds team have taken the lead. That's really incredible because I feel like early on in the game, they've kind of gotten a bit tricked in the opening. But that just goes to show in Bughouse, these things can swing at the turn of a hat with everyone playing so fast. The blunders, they can happen instantaneously.
So it could be just that one moment where Yannick decided to play king takes f8 instead of king takes f7. I mean, it's hard to know for sure, but something as small as that can essentially decide a match in seconds.
Right, yeah. There might have been mate after king takes f7, although I don't think I've seen it because he might have needed a queen and a rook. Yeah, very complicated stuff. I'm not too sure. With the no drop mates, we're all kind of a bit confused because our intuition from years of playing have all been kind of like thrown off.
You've learned all these patterns that are now not only useless but detrimental.
Right, because you like go all in for an attack and he's just completely safe because you can't drop mate. Especially knights are much less powerful because they can never deliver the final blow.
Right.
Because with bishops you can maybe check from a distance.
So sometimes you actually have to create an escape square for your opponent to be able to use your knight.
Right. Yeah. We're all kind of pretty new to it, so we're kind of figuring it out. And yeah, it's really hard to understand how the patterns work. Yeah.
Actually, I like the way that you spoke about it in the interview we had just before this match, where you said that we're all kind of learning together. And in a way, I feel like you guys are the experiment participants in this amazing scientific experiment about, with these new rules, how do we play this game? And we're all discovering new knowledge, and having the best players in the world here together, helping basically the whole community to learn what works in this particular variant.
Right, yeah. There are different countries with different rules. So I know in South America they play with one set of rules, and in Germany, I guess where Wadim is playing, they're playing with a different set of rules. And I think they're for sure very used to and very strong with these set of rules. I think the difference with us is that we just play Bughouse for so long, and we have a lot of the ingrained pattern recognition of like the move speed and like how to communicate across the two boards, and those skills kind of transfer over. But I have to say, probably for the specific like mating patterns and stuff, I would say we're probably not the best at that. Probably like Wadim has a lot more experience, and he might even be better than us at just like calculating and intuitively knowing where the kings are safe or not.
So you think it might be one of those cases where you might have a player like Magnus, best in the world, but he can still learn a lot from a coach who's weaker than him with experience, in the same way that maybe Vadim could be sort of pulled in to be your trainer to learn a bit.
Right. Yeah. I think, with Magnus, he's kind of so strong in endgames, it kind of like just slowly, gradually, the game will steer toward the endgame and he'll just be so strong. But there can be situations where it gets really sharp or something where he might be a little bit less comfortable. So yeah, I think a lot of the fundamentals of Bughouse, where the move speed, the material imbalances, how the cross coordination of the boards works, like that's all the same. But adding the new twists, I feel like that makes it quite a bit more fun.
What about the value of material, I guess, as opposed to getting the initiative? Do you think it's shifted a little bit, that you should focus more on building up material if there's no drop for mate?
I think that's something that's shifted even in the past couple of years. Different players have kind of developed, and there's been a much more shift towards like playing initiative based. I think I always have a very material based style and like very defensive in general. I think with this format, it intuitively feels like it would be much more different because it's not easy to mate. But I think it doesn't actually change that much, because when you attack, a lot of times you kind of end up gradually winning the material back.
Right.
So that kind of imbalance sort of favors the attacker still a little bit, or it doesn't make it as lopsided as you'd think.
It's interesting when you spoke about you being sort of a more defensive style in this form of chess, because I think for a lot of people watching Bughouse, it just feels that the top players are better across the board, just raise their level. But luckily, I happened to say on stream just before that I thought you were one of the best defensive Bughouse players I've seen. And also in Crazy House, your fantastic success. We've even played online sometimes. It's impossible to break through. Is that just something that you sort of naturally be better at? Or, I think we're actually getting ready to start. But quickly give me a comment on that. Is that something that you're naturally better at, or something that you've decided to build up during your experience?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm just like maybe in chess also a very strategic player, and it kind of carried over. I think the clash between me and Janek, who's on the Deep Waters team, I think we've played for many years. And yeah, he's, I think, always been the strongest, by far the strongest one board player on his board. He's always like checkmating. And I'm always kind of trying to race to checkmate his partner's board. So trying to find like drops to checkmate his partner's board, or like trying to find advantageous trades while like trying to defend his vicious attacks. And so
split screen.
Exactly, yeah. So I think it's always been kind of like I've been very strong at like Simul Bughouse, where I'm playing both boards at the same time. I think probably there I'm a little stronger. But when we have like random partners and there's a little bit more chaos, I think he's definitely coming out ahead. So there's always kind of that interaction between the two of us, and I really love playing him. I think we've played at least like 10,000 games online.
Oh my god.
Probably more. So, yeah,
how many hours of your life is that? Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
You know, what other things could I have done with my...
Nothing of more value.
Of course not. Of course not.
Definitely not economics.
No.
Actually, it's interesting because I was talking about Nakamura's strategy yesterday. Because he was obviously doing this split stream. He spent more of his time analyzing Vadim's game than his own game. And I guess in that sort of imbalance, it made a lot of sense that he should spend a lot more time there. But I also felt that at various moments, it did slow down his attack. He didn't execute as accurately. And I guess that's kind of the challenge in this sort of, like, if you can trust your partner, it's such a big advantage.
Right, yeah. I think, Janak, I think in particular, is just this, like, we rarely partner because I think we prefer to play against each other. But he's like just a genius type of player. I think a lot of the patterns and attacks he comes up with, the mating stuff he sees instantly. Actually, even in chess, it's just incredible, the level he has.
We're getting ready to start.
Okay, so
we'll have some audio, but how about you lead us through the openings as we're off and running?
Yeah, so they're in a must-win game, I guess. So we see this pawn at b4 again, and that's kind of a very classic tactic that people like to use. I'm not sure who's on the bottom. If I had to guess, it would be the Angry Birds team.
Yes, so birds are on the bottom.
So again, yeah, I think they've kind of had maybe the worst opening, but we'll kind of see how it develops. Sort of the issue with the opening is that they've already lost a knight in material because they've lost a pawn on the other board as well, and then now the light squares are very
position?
weak. Yeah, it looks like so black has a queen in hand, so that queen is coming to f3. H1 is falling. He also has a knight in hand, I believe, because there's only two knights on the other board.
Luckily, the c4 square is defended, but potentially the f3 square could be used.
Well,
and then something on
I guess
b2?
he doesn't. I guess white must have that knight because, or the knight must be on the other board because otherwise knight at g2 would be checkmate. He's trying to hunt down the c6 knight. Okay, so he's taking on h1.
He's going to win a knight on the right now.
Yeah, he has many options. They could sit for knight f3 and then bishop at a3, and pawn at d2 would be checkmate.
Deep waters seem to be dominating.
Yeah, I think they've kind of sat a little bit like early in the opening for 2-3 seconds and just compounded that material advantage. So it looks like they're both sitting though, which is not ideal. And we'll see if the Angry Birds, they can use this material advantage.
There's
or
promotion
time advantage,
to bishop on g1.
Oh, they've got mate. He's dropped mate on the other board. Knight takes a7 just to
Oh my god. Ducky just dropped mate.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so they've come back with this classic pawn at b4. We'll see if they can avoid it, because I think Andrew, he typically plays bishop f4 and move 2, avoiding putting the knight on c3, and I would definitely think he would probably do that in the next game, because the pawn at b4 tactic has just not been working out well for them at all. The issue there is when you develop the bishop to g5 with the knight on c3, when you move the knight back, black plays knight e4 with a tempo, and then they're kind of attacking on f2 as well, so it's very unpleasant.
That famous F2 sacrifice that is kind of, yes, it's the theme of Bughouse around the world. That was fast. I was actually a bit surprised because on Ducky's board, that's Richard saying, he had his bishop on c5 covering the a7 square, and white had a knight on b5. It seemed like everything was under control. It was too fast for me, but it looked like he just kind of forgot and moved his bishop away.
Right,
which is kind of an unthinkable blunder at this level.
I think because we're moving so fast, these games, they can happen in a blink of an eye. It's very easy to make those blunders all the time it happens. And I think that's one of the misconceptions in Bughouse, where like losing in like 8 moves versus losing in 40. Like in chess, that's a big difference in level. But in Bughouse, I feel like losing in 8 moves is actually pretty normal. You could just have a miscommunication or just like forget something because you're trying to move as fast as possible. And it happens pretty frequently.
So it's probably, in a way, it's better to take those sort of risks of a short loss rather than play slowly all the time and lose all the time.
Right, because you're going to get grinded down with those small advantages compounding. But yeah, that was really well done by the Deep Waters team. I feel like they were really in control for a long time.
Those are the sort of victories that us following on stream yesterday were sort of used to seeing, the sort of quick whitewashes. But what you're saying there is that wasn't kind of a lopsided battle. It was just, these things can finish quickly just because of the speed that these guys are playing at. So we probably shouldn't read too much into it in terms of what to expect for the next game.
Right, because I think a lot of the games I had against players that are less experienced where they were taking more time and the games would last quite a while. But because they're down so much time, the results were kind of decided for a while.
Yeah.
I think part of it in Bughouse is just there's kind of an overwhelming mental stack. It's sort of like an infinite skill cap game where you can always move faster, like see something on the other board. And I think part of what Janek does really well is he puts so much pressure on his board, he kind of overwhelms you. And makes it hard for you to kind of coordinate on the other boards. Like particularly when I play against him, I find it really hard to coordinate with the other board just because I'm so focused on trying to survive. Yeah, luckily this time I guess he would be on the other side.
So he's basically trying to deplete your mental stack all the way.
Right, yeah.
Well, we're going to
What
cross
a
to Fiona
final.
now.
Thanks, David. Well, what a final it's been so far. We saw the Angry Birds. They are still at the board. We're not going to disturb them. They took game one, which was maybe a surprise. We've been talking for 2 days about how Deep Waters are probably the secret favorites of this competition. They were so dominant yesterday. But Angry Birds, Andrew Tang and Richard Zhang, they took game one, but then Deep Waters, they struck back in game two, and this is it. We're off into the playoffs here. Well, not playoffs, tie breaks. It is sudden death, so the first team to win is going to be the winner here of this WR Bughouse Championship. Is it going to be the Angry Birds? They are still at the board. They are focused. They are adjusting maybe their strategy after game two did not go too well. I'm having a look around to see where our team Deep Waters, I believe they have stepped out maybe to also recalibrate, rediscuss. They still haven't revealed to us what was their prep for today, what was the strategy, but this is it. We're about 2 minutes away, I believe, from this sudden death game, and we are going to find out who wins this tournament. Is it going to be the Angry Birds, or is it going to be Deep Waters who win and walk away with the first prize of $50,000 US? So stay tuned, and in mere minutes now we're going to find out who the winner is, and I'm going to throw it back to the studio with David and Awonder.
So we're lucky enough to have convinced Awonder to stick around. He's got no choice. He's got to stay for the last one. Oh,
Exactly.
It's so great to have you here, though. So we're about to have the last match. What do you think's going through? You can see the birds on screen at the moment. They're discussing a little bit about opening theory. You were just saying that it hasn't been working so well, this pawn on b4. What should they be trying to patch up right now?
Yeah, I think I saw in the DGTs they were just analyzing it a little bit. There's a tactic where they take the pawn on d5, and that was actually recently discovered by some new Bughouse engines, so people didn't used to play that way before.
It's all right. We can.
And yeah, I think that's actually a lot of players recently have become much stronger because they've started analyzing with the engines. Unfortunately, that's kind of coincided with the time that I haven't been playing as much, so it's good to see some new ideas for sure. Yeah, I think online there's kind of a, how to say, like there's a type of player that plays like 3 moves and sits with his pawn at b4, and it's very irritating to play against.
Okay.
Like Bughouse terrorists. But I think in the high stakes event like this, it definitely makes sense to definitely take those small advantages.
All right, we are off and running again, and we've got a fianchetto by Andrew.
Right, so he's played this b6 to avoid trading the pawns. We can see on the bottom, Deep Waters team, the Bughouse terrorist sitting for the pawn at b4 again. He's refusing to move. He's finally played bishop g4. Thank you. And yeah, they've resumed the play on the other board.
That was a nice little dance to start off, little standoff.
Right, exactly. I think that's kind of the type of thing where it takes a lot of experience to learn that that's coming and you have to counter sit to... yeah, but on the other hand, the Fianchetto board looks like he's getting under a bit of an attack. He's lost f6 knight. But on the flip side, okay,
some stuff might happen.
Duck has just lost his attack, so it's a huge...
I don't think we're my position.
It's just a huge dogfight here.
Let's listen in to see if the players seem to be talking.
Okay. Can I get a bajillion pieces? Yes, maybe no. Some diags are good for me. Let me take g5. Okay, yeah. I'll take g5. Is good.
We're down to
just. Yeah. Can you clean up? Take d4, then I go. Can I just take the risky? Interesting.
Okay.
I think a bunch of pawns. I should be good. Okay. I'll take d4. Not sure though. Depends on him. Still up 3.
Can you take a lot of stuff after?
You may want to switch to feeding.
Yeah.
Click on the
It's
position.
getting
Yeah, but
close.
okay. Not feeding, but just trade. I can feed. You might get queen. Rook queen.
Yeah, that's a bit bad.
Bunch of dice.
If you get a lot of stuff, it's bad.
I cannot get you knight ever though. So
Like, do I get pawn here? Should I sit for pawn or are we down too much? Are we down too much here?
Down to.
Yeah, yeah. You take rook, right?
Yeah, he's getting.
Stick tough.
It's bad.
Sit. Yeah. Should.
Here is this.
If I get another dag, it's kind of trouble.
As many pawns as you can
He's
take.
getting. You're getting.
Should I go for like attack then or like what should I?
Sure.
But I'm second queen. I'm second everything. Right.
I'm probably maybe.
So I have to hope the
Yeah.
Yes. Pawns are fine. Bishop. I don't want to move here. I'm sitting for feet. Pawn f7. I can move f7 as well if you want to, but I think that's not as good. I think you just get me the pawn as soon as possible so I can move. Take deep points. Okay. I'm doing really good here, I think. Sounds good.
Almost.
Okay, pawn. Don't move. Okay, I'm so close to winning here. Okay, pawn. Pawn is so good, it gets promotion too.
Here, I got the set right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are down.
Tell me go.
We're not down.
I don't think we should sit the center.
Yeah, I agree. I just need to think a little.
You tell me go.
Oh.
Do you like bishop at e7, knight at g5, or knight takes e4? You're
Let's check. Yeah, that was poor from me. I can actually. I kind of have an idea.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Your pawn is basically made. It's not made.
Yeah, no, don't go. Don't go.
Get it. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm losing queen.
Okay.
How bad is it?
I just go, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not side. No knight.
I'll stay safe.
It's fine.
Do I go?
Yeah, you can go.
How bad is that? Training queens. No place.
I'm just playing the mid game here.
Yeah. Be careful times.
Yeah, I'm like alive now.
Just.
You can vote.
I'm gonna get a knight.
No, sorry. I was sitting.
No worries.
He's sitting for stuff. Knight is really bad.
I cannot get it.
All stuff is good.
Okay, no rook.
Hold it.
Rook is good. It's not coming right. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's terrible.
Getting wrong.
I'm giving a rook.
Okay.
Yeah, is it okay? Hold heavy.
I get force heavy.
He's forcing it.
It loses my queen, that's all. It's fine.
Can I get knight?
No knight.
No.
Like you can't do anything if he doesn't get knight. You can go. Just tell me before you get knight.
You might have to get soon.
That's fine.
Giving bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Get a knight or
No. So I can take it. Yeah, take it.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So. Yeah, I made it. Whatever.
I bank. Just sit.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And guys, congratulations. What a final that was. You actually lost the first game. You had to fight back and then you took it in the sudden death. First of all, how do you feel after winning this WR Bughouse Championship?
Oh, it feels good. Feels good. I think we played really well and had some good coordination. In the second game, I think we had a good opening as well, which definitely helped us out a lot.
50K prize for the game that you love so much. You've been playing kind of, in the shadows for years and years. What does it feel like to be here on the big stage in the Philippines with so many chess lovers around, and now you're the winners?
Absolutely, it's amazing. For me, the happiest thing is seeing Bughouse popularized because we've been playing it forever. We think it's a great game, and I'm happy the public gets to see it as well. So hopefully some more people coming to it.
Let's talk about the final. After going down in the first game, we saw you disappear a little bit. What was the strategy then to try and strike back in game 2?
Oh, well, I think we honestly played a good game 1, but just a little hesitation here and there, and then suddenly we were down a bit too much time to compete. But in the second and the third games, I think we kept on top of that.
So let's talk now about that secret strategy and prep going into today's final day. Tell us everything.
To be honest, we've been discussing, how we're going to synchronize both openings. So mainly the strategy is that. Nothing too in-depth, to be honest. It's just the maybe starting 4 or 5 moves, just depending, or trying to coordinate both lines. But yeah, I think the main thing was just remaining calm and then just getting our openings down. And the rest is up on the board.
Today somehow went by in a flash. Yesterday was a really long day, but today, just like that, it's suddenly over. How do you reflect on the last couple of days?
Oh, I'll be really exhausted now, but adrenaline has kept me up for all of yesterday and all of today. But yeah, it was really fun. Definitely glad we made the trip.
Well, I'm just going to say congrats again to you guys. I'm going to come over and briefly talk to Andrew and Richard as well. I know it's never fun losing a final. You guys gave it such a valiant fight. And David, do join us
I managed to make it out of my little hole in there. Well done on a great final, guys. That was incredible to watch. I know, there's always got to be a winner and a loser, but I know that the Bughouse community in particular was happy to see the 4 of you appearing on the final table, and you kind of really delivered as well, giving us that playoff match. So congratulations on making it to the final, and commiserations. How were your, reflections after that one?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, we were just a bit outclassed in the opening, especially me. I needed to play some more Bughouse, but it was a good final, so. I
had Awonder with me, actually, talking opening theory, or we're trying our best to keep up with his opening theory. I was a bit surprised at first to see the queenside fianchetto appear on your board, but then he explained this whole meta thing about the pawn on b4. How do we stop the pawn on b4? Now, I got to be honest, a little bit went over my head there, but apparently this is hot new theory in the Bughouse community. We and the listeners are not in the Bughouse community, so can you really dumb it down for me? What was going on? What is the deal with the pawn on b4?
Maybe Andrew? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's very good for black to get an early pawn in these trendy lines right now. So for black, if I play b6, it's a lot easier to avoid pawn trades early, which is why I think this is popular line.
And it seemed to work. I mean, that was kind of like a last minute, how do we get around this this opening battle, this like little dance that you guys had at the start. And we were kind of expecting a total flurry of ultra bullet moves, and then suddenly there was this sitting, I think, when your opponent played pawn to d5, sitting on the other board, the pawn on b4, and suddenly I was like, what's going on? You guys are meant to be fast, and you're all sort of like, but is that one of the fun things about Bughouse, that you can have these like incredible like flurry of hands, but you can, or clicks, I guess, on the mouse, but you can also have this really cool strategic battle where you've got crossboard sitting and 4 people discussing strategy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the, very unique and really fun parts of Bughouse is coordination. And yeah, I'm still, I guess, I feel like that's more of a weakness for me as more of a chess player and less of a Bughouse player. But yeah, it's really very interesting.
I got to say, it's not only interesting, but for us trying to follow you guys, it makes our life a lot easier. So if you could do more of those little pauses in your matches, that'd be awesome. Richard, we might cross to you because, that was obviously super intense. You got checkmated, I believe, in that second game with the knight takes e7. The game finished really quickly, but as I want to kind of explain to us, when you play these matches with very even teams, games can finish really quickly, and they're not a whitewash, it's just the nature of the sport. How does that work?
Yeah, so in the second game, I kind of missed the fact that my diagonal opponent can promote to my bishop, and then it removes the defender, so I get mated in one. So that was a bit unfortunate, but I think that game we just got out-prepped in the opening, and yeah, it was pretty much over from there.
That makes sense because we actually didn't see the final move beforehand. Your bishop was on c5 and then it wasn't. So that's a feature of this new promotion rule, which Awonder was kind of explaining to us as well. You guys are kind of the trailblazers. Nobody really knows any theory. This rule has never been played at your level. It's been played by amateurs in Dusseldorf. And so now we're all learning because you guys are kind of like the super AIs trying out these rules for the first time. Do you sort of get the sense that you are creating new knowledge, I guess, with these new rules?
Maybe we'll go over here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest, I feel like Bughouse is very much in the elementary stages, so like as opposed to chess, which has been studied so extensively. I'm pretty sure what we're doing according to computers is not even close to accurate, but we're trying our best to find the best lines we can.
When are we going to get a Bughouse engine?
I think there are a couple engines that exist, but not so sure what the level is. Also, I guess there's different computational factors. I'm not very well versed in it, so maybe Isaac could take over a bit on that.
I have done a little bit of practice with the Bughouse engines before. They're very good, but they're mostly right now just used for playing and not so much for analyzing. So it's unlike chess. I feel like it's a bit difficult to, put a position in and have it spit out an answer. So I would agree that we're all just kind of trying to figure stuff out on our own.
Would you guys be happy if the engines actually didn't catch up and didn't try to solve this game?
Well, we want to play as good as we can, and I think if we can learn something from really powerful computers, then that will help. I don't think that Bughouse is a game that can be killed by computers. I hope so.
I guess the last question I want to ask you is that you played this match, I guess, best of two and then one more to decide it, which is not what you guys are used to. The variability, as Awonder explained in the chat, is so high. When everything wraps up, you've got your checks, you've got your trophies, and the cameras are gone. Are we going to see a 100-game match where maybe you decide who gets that extra 25 grand?
Oh. We would want to do that with the cameras on. But yeah, I mean, we're always down to play hundreds of games. When we play online, it's usually the more degenerate of us play hundreds of games. We're very used to it, so the concept of everything being decided in just 2 games is a little bit, it makes things more nerve-wracking for sure.
Well, we actually have another event coming up in Lima, Peru, and we'll see, of course, if the format can be adapted, maybe longer matches. Is there a chance we'll see all of you in Peru if the format is similar to what we saw here?
Absolutely, I'd love to go with my partner. Yeah, we're definitely would love to try to make it. We'll see if I can get some time off work, but if so, yeah, I'd love to play again.
I mean, yeah. Why not start planning for Peru now?
And Team Angry Birds, might we see you in Peru?
So I'm planning to stay in Shanghai during that time, but there's a chance I might play anyways. But I'll have to confirm.
I'll have to see my work schedule.
Nice and cagey, but come on, it's going to be in your own time zone. Imagine the jet lag that I'm going to have if I end up there. But I'm down to play. Look, if you need a partner, I'm always available. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your time.
Well, I'm going to say one more time, congratulations to Team Deporters. I believe we are getting ready for the prize giving. So we're going to leave you guys take it away, and just thank you to all of you for really, I think, what was an eye-opening experience, and congrats again, and also congrats to you guys, Angry Birds, on second place. And David, we're just, I believe, gonna wrap it up over here. What a couple of days. It's been really a mesmerizing experience.
It's hard to believe that it's over because, as you mentioned, yesterday was so long, so chaotic, and then today went by so quickly. And big props to the organisers and arbiters as well, because this is new territory for them, new rules, new organization, and I think they've done a fantastic job sort of spreading it around. But of course, even though we're about to wrap up the stream, the action is still going to continue here. You can see behind us, in fact,
They have already started.
Anton Smirnov, my fellow Grandmaster from Australia, has joined. There's a few others itching to get in line. My guess is that
You're itching to get in. You're like, when are we getting
we're
this
going to
shoulder
play
over?
all day. I'm going to muscle my way in. They got no choice. But I guess this is like a really nice way to kind of sum up the Bughouse community, which is kind of a bit new for us and new for a lot of people watching. So friendly, so lovely, all just for the love of the game. And the fact that it's being supported by this organization, by WR, as well as the Philippines Chess Federation, has really kind of put Bughouse on the map as well. So can't speak highly enough.
Absolutely. So all that's left for us to do is thank one more time, of course, Vadim Rosenstein and WR Chess for putting on this event, all the local organizers, all the arbiters who've done such a tremendous job, the Grand Hyatt Hotel here in Manila, who have been the perfect hosts to this wonderful competition. And I think what better image to leave you guys with as the action continues here. The Bughouse never stops. David, it's been an absolute pleasure hosting this event with
Likewise.
you. Thank you so much. A huge shout out to our team, of course, behind the camera. We couldn't do any of this without them. Thank you to you at home who've been watching us over these past couple of days. We hope you enjoyed the action, and hopefully we will see you in Peru. So until then, take care. Bye bye.